it's not like Barbie and Oppenheimer where it's like, oh, this is cute, or Wicked and Gladiator, like, okay, cute, whatever, we're doing it together.
Fictional. Oh, I guess Oppenheimer's real, but like it's.
But
like
nobody knows.
Yeah.
Do they? I don't know who Oppenheimer. Oh, is it? I don't know. I've never heard of Oppenheimer in U.S. history ever.
Her name is Trish, she's got the dish and all the gossip's filthy rich, pretty and pink, hot topic queen, and says what everybody thinks. She's just Trish.
Hey guys, and welcome back to a very special edition of Just Trish. Today we are going on a blind date, and we don't know if the blind date is showing up or not, so it's very exciting. I'm also nervous for some reason. Like even like now, just before we did the intro, it felt like it was like our first time on TV or something where I'm just like, oh my god, here we go. You know, like I don't know, pits in my stomach. I have a little bit of pits in my stomach. I got dressed up as if it is a first date, not a date, literally just. Anyways, welcome to Just Trish. We don't have a sponsor today, but we do have a Patreon, and the Patreon goes hard, okay? We got together last week and went to Erewhon and spent $55 on Erewhon smoothies, Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah, but
Tasty.
also $200 total. Like
Was
you can't.
it?
Wait, you
Really? No,
I guess
never
you just
paid.
did not pay attention.
No,
yeah.
I never do. Was it for the food?
Yeah, because you were checking out, and I was like, "This is wild." Because we didn't just have the smoothies; we had a mukbang after.
But not even crazy. Like
No.
we each got a meal and a slice of pizza.
Exactly. We each got like one plate of food and then a slice of pizza.
Like literally a Panda Express like
Yes.
meal, like the size of one.
Yeah, like two sides and like a main entree or whatever, if you will.
I got too nervous because the lady was talking to us the whole time, which is very nice. But I get nervous. I can't do
actually,
both.
let's clarify. You were talking to the lady. You were
Was
like,
I?
yes. You said, what's that smell? It smells like jasmine.
You clocked it.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Did
And
I?
she was like, "Oh, I guess it's my perfume." Yeah, it was instigated by you. Let's not rewrite the narrative.
Well, I never do that. Maybe. Wow. I don't know. That's okay. Never trust anything I say. Moral of that
'cause
story.
I love it because I've noticed too. Every time we go to like pay for food, like she always just starts conversations.
I
Like
get nervous or
yes,
something.
because
Yeah.
like when we ordered like a slutty brownie at like the dessert place like the previous week, you started this whole conversation about like, oh my god, like why would they name it the slutty brownie? Like that's such a weird name. Like oh my god, I feel weird ordering it. And he was like, I don't know. It's like our most popular dessert.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know. You are, oh my God, you're so right. And I'm like turning red because I'm like, that is what I do. My sister will tell me the same thing. Like, I just talk too much to people. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if I'm nervous because I have someone with me, like you were my sister, or because I don't order face to face ever. Like, usually Moses will order for us. Like, I never like go up and talk to people. So maybe it's just like this nerve that I don't know what it is.
I think you want to fill up the silence. Yeah, because then that same day, like a couple girls came up to you, and then you started with them too. Like, oh my god, it's so hot outside. Like, ooh, I'm sweating. Like, oh my god, it's so hot. Anyways,
oh, wow.
yes.
Conversationalist Trish comes out. I think it must be when I'm with someone too, because maybe I'm like extra nervous. Because usually I'm a little more like off guard, like a little on guard, I guess, like a little more defensive. Yeah, but then I think you're
just confused when you're with him. You think you're in the show.
Right,
like
that's true.
She's narrating what's happening,
but that is true.
interviewing everyone.
This was the first time we did get stopped by a fan of the Just Trish, and it was very like, then you kind of have to go on because, if you're having like an off day, you don't want people to be like, wow, she was in a bad mood. Someone's like, I love you on Just Trish, and we know it's like, okay, turn it on. But then Then someone shared a really sad story with us, but she was so peppy and so upbeat, and I was just like, oh my god, but are you okay? Because she just went through something traumatic, and she's like, but it's okay, I watch Just Trish every day, and I was like, oh my god, like, are you okay though? She was very sweet, but and then I feel like I have to overcompensate that too. When someone tells me something really sad happened, I'm just like, I gave her 2 hugs. I'm like, I don't know what else. Like, it's just, I'm love it.
Shout out Deb.
Yeah, shout out Deb. Who also she was a patron. Which, by the way, if you say a patron, that's extra. I was like, do you want the food? Here, take our Erewhon. Like, what do you want? Especially because she had Sabrina Carpenter colors on, right?
Oh yeah,
yeah,
you're so
like
right.
strawberry earrings. I remember,
yeah.
and a blue shirt. And I was like, literally, you matched with smoothie. I should have just handed her my smoothie and gotten another one. Next time, Deb. Next time. But everyone was very nice. It was very cool, and it is weird. Yeah, I think it must be a nervous thing because normally I'm not talkative, but I must get nervous. And yeah, although she did smell good, and she smelled like rose, and she said it was Jo Malone. I was like, oh, do you get a hair shake? No, it's Jo Malone. I was like, all right, bougie.
Yeah, exactly,
okay, bougie.
Yes.
It is bougie. Jo Malone is so bougie, but yeah. And then the same day, before we left the parking lot, I got a text that says, when you do the podcast, we have a guest that wants to come surprise you. And I was
Someone
like,
that you love.
oh, right.
Yes.
That said you're a big fan of. And I showed the text to Oscar. I was like, oh my God, like who could it be? We started like going through our brains. We won't like say our guesses, because whoever, first of all, anyone who wants to surprise, even the thought, first of all, they may not show up. Because
we're prepared just in case.
Yeah.
So to circle back to the intro, that's the blind date thing.
That's
that was
the blind
going
date.
on. Yes.
Because I don't know who it is. I started racking my mind. They did say he. So I was like, okay. Really, I'm not like, I guess I am a fan of a lot of guys, but like we only talk about like a handful
Yeah.
that I like love, right? So like it could be like literally anyone. But I did Google all of our celebrity guesses with, I won't say who like even wants to set this up, but with the people who wanted to set this up, I Googled that just to see if there was any like crossover. And there was some big crossover, but I just don't want to say it because I don't want to get it too, like I don't want to hype it up too much because either way, like whoever it is, like we literally said like it could be a TikToker and I would, if someone wants to surprise me, that is like the best thing. That alone, even the thought, even if they don't show up, I'm like, wow. And I think I will text these people and be like, hey, but who was it if they don't show up? Because I am so dying to know. But I did get dressed again as if it was my favorite person in the whole world. And truly, I do obsess over so many people. So, like, it could be, like, I don't know. It could be, like, literally anybody, and I'd be really excited. I think just the thought that someone wants to surprise me excites me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It feels cool.
Originally, you were going to do a Diet Pepsi theme outfit today, you said, right? So you were like, I need to like really show out just in case.
I did. I had a Diet Pepsi sweater and I had this like cute little cheerleading skirt and then I was gonna have a big cheer pony. It was very like Addison Rae coded, Meets Halsey coded, kind of a pink cheer outfit. It was very that, but I was like, no, I don't want to. First of all, I don't want to be all covered up, right? Like it doesn't matter, gay, straight, they, them, whoever it is. Like I think everyone can appreciate a good bust out. Plus, I have been dieting, so I was like, let me show my waist, you know what I mean? The sweater was a little bulky, a little more comfy, so I was like, let me show my waist, let me show the boobs, like, I actually, too, this is how great, but then I was going back and forth. I had my photographer, Isaiah, who I love, which I thought then, I'm like, he could be the guest if he doesn't show up, but I was going to have him just, like, wait around for, like, we filmed for 5 hours, so I'm like, do I have him just wait around for 5 hours? Which he has done, like, especially, like, at the beginning with, like, Tana and someone who would show up late. He's down. He's like, I will stay. I'll go to Trader Joe's, get snacks. Like, he's that person who would be so down. I should have had him on. I've known him for literally 18 years. He photographed Pamela Anderson. Like, he's amazing. I love him so much. So I was like, I could have him on. But then I was like, if I'm waiting around for 5 hours and no one shows up, I guess we could just do a photo shoot. But should I text him now? I don't know. I canceled him. But should I text him and be like, actually come? I'm so back and forth with it.
I'm back and forth with it too. I mean, maybe, isn't it better to be like more prepared than not? And also, maybe that's a little bit of like manifestation. You
like
know what
he's
I mean?
here.
Like, yes, he's here. Someone's going to show up for him to photograph.
Do you think this person's going to, again, we truly have no idea who this person is, but do you think our surprise guest will show up today?
I don't know. Not hearing anything for like 3 days will really do it to you.
We haven't gotten to that part. So then I replied to them, like, right after I leave Oscar, I was like, okay, I'm going to text them, whatever. And I was like, yep, totally available. We film from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., whatever, but we can also be flexible, like, whatever. And didn't hear back, which is weird because I usually hear back from them right away. And then this morning I texted as well. I was like, hey, just,
following up.
Following up. No pressure, like, always no pressure, but didn't hear back. So Moses is monitoring the phone. Our streak, our record has been... has been nobody showing up.
I kind of live now. I'm like, that's so like camp. Actually, like we get so close to having our dreams come true, and then something happens at the last minute. But I kind of live. I'm like, that's so just Trish coded. You know what I mean?
It's so Trish coded. Can I be honest? My whole life is that where it's like I'm so close, and then something always falls through last minute. And it's great. It humbles you. It keeps you grounded.
It really does.
Low expectations always. Like, I have the lowest. Like, that's why people, and I think anyone who's watching me for some time knows, like, especially gifts, anything. Like, the fact that if someone's even thinking of me, right, they could literally, like, pay for my soda, and I'd be like, that's so freaking nice. Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, or surprise me with a drink. Like, that stuff means so much to me. So the fact that someone is even thinking that I'm a big fan of, on top of that, like, even if I'm a small fan of them, I'm like, wow, that's really nice that someone would even think to be like, let's go all the way out. Plus, I'm very far from LA.
Yeah.
I'm like a good 40-minute drive without traffic, so I don't know. But the fact that someone would even think about me to surprise me is very sweet.
And also if it's someone you're a big fan of and they like are even, it's like even an option, you know? Like they think like, oh, maybe I will show up, you know? Like that's fierce in and of itself.
when the people we were talking about, we were going big. We're going like A-list.
It started like low. We're like, oh, maybe this TikToker, and then the spectrum, it like really went up really, really fast.
Yeah,
you know?
And then we started looking for clues. I'm like, okay, they posted a date. Oh, they have something coming out this week. Oh, they'll be.
We're seeing people's schedules because the guest in question, they said that he was going to New York like later this week. So
someone finds out who it is.
Who's going to New York?
Right.
Like, yes.
We were looking. We're like, oh, he could be here. He could be there. Like, yeah. And we have probably 3 big ones we thought like in our heads. So
it's also pretty easy to deduce, probably because you only talked about like 3 guy celebrities a lot. But regardless, we'll keep it mysterious.
Yeah, like I do throw out like. Which would be just as big. He wasn't one of our options, but I was like, you know what I mean?
You know
so
what?
that was his first guess. That was Moses' first guess.
No, was my first.
Wait, we don't want to say the names in case anyone goes out.
Jimmy
Okay,
bleep,
cut that
bleep.
out. Yeah.
But
Anyways, you can bleep all the names out because we don't want to give anything out. But there was a few, guests. And I do talk about a lot of guys, you know what I mean? Like, it could be anyone except probably Zachary Levi's not showing up, I don't think.
Or Robert Downey Jr. No RDJ,
It
for
was
sure.
Robert Downey Jr. It does feel kind of David Dobrik to surprise someone with a person, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Because he used to do
yeah.
that all the time, like your favorite
Maybe it
celebrity.
is.
Huh?
maybe it is
It's David Dobrik.
Yeah, maybe
That
he's
would be
giving
a
you.
gag.
Oh, he's bringing you, a new Cybertruck.
Okay. I don't know if he's giving out Teslas anymore, but could you imagine? That would be the most like
It's
cursed
gonna be
Cybertruck.
wrapped with your picture, like
Jojo.
no,
That would be
like-
coded, yeah. I don't know. Anyways, I have butterflies in my stomach. Just the possibility of it all happening. Yeah. But at least they were kind of have to do it on like a filming day where we're already glam and already filming, as opposed to like a day where like maybe
going out of your way.
Yeah, because we did have a couple guests like cancel that I had like full like, okay, I'm gonna wear this and cosplay, and then it's like they can't show up. And it's, you know what? Like I said, it's totally fine.
It's an honor to be considered. Actually, yes.
When people say yeah, right, it's like. But yeah, isn't it an honor just to be nominated for an Oscar? Like I think that
Yeah,
is.
I think
People
so.
are like, why do people say that? It's like no, but like that is an honor. Like people are weird. So, anyways, we are dressed up. I haven't been this giddy in so long, so. And then at the end, wah wah. So we set up.
At
We
the
set
end,
up the
at the
chair.
end, we can reveal all the names.
Yeah,
If they
later
don't
on.
show up, yeah, at the end of
Give
the
it some
show.
time though, because maybe they'll come back again.
That's true.
You know?
Yeah, because didn't they say they leave Thursday?
Wednesday.
Oh,
I know.
yeah.
Yeah, but like
Guess
our
we'll just
other.
have to sit here until Wednesday.
Yeah.
We're going live for the
Glam.
next 48 hours.
Well, like our other guests that canceled, they said, December. So, we're patient. Ice Spice we've been waiting for a year. You know what I mean? We're very patient.
Totally. Yeah, and also, because our last, big, it wasn't like a cancellation. They were like, we're rescheduling for later. We don't know how much later per se, but it's not over till it's over, mama. Until it's a hard pass.
Until we're dead, really, because it could always happen.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of what LaRoche said. It's like, it's not always a no, right? It's like maybe, right? I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
And it's not a no forever. It's like,
Right.
You're right. So we'll see.
Yeah, maybe like I'll become really popular one day. I'll host the Tonight Show, and then they'll be like, "Actually, we'll go on your show now." I knew it was
Brittany
gonna.
Broski's like, let's get on the Tonight Show with Trisha.
Yeah. Tell me why there's a Brittany Broski shirt upstairs. Where did that come from? Did you see that on my ottoman? It's like literally a Brittany Broski.
Did you buy it?
No. I mean, I love it, but didn't buy it. Where did that come from? Do you know?
I know where, yeah.
Oh, you're so mysterious. Did you buy it?
It's
Did
something I
I
have
buy
to
it?
tell you. No.
I bought it or no? You bought it.
It was a sample. It was a sample sent to us.
Oh. From where though? That's not our clothing company.
No, somebody we were talking to about possibly making clothes.
Oh, okay. So mysterious.
Her muumuus are fierce, though, I will say. I kind of wish I got one, but
Are they sold out?
I think they sold out pretty quick.
Oh.
My mom is a muumuu diva since I was little, so I have a soft spot for muumuus, and I love that that's her brand. They're fierce.
I never see her wear a muumuu.
I think I've only seen her on Instagram
Okay.
where the muumuus.
She's promoting it.
I mean, they're sold out, but go check out Brittany Broski's muumuus.
Love it. I love it, but I never associate I associate Chelsea Lynn with a muumuu. You know what I mean?
Oh, I guess so, yeah.
But fierce, love a muumuu too. I think that's great. Make anything your brand. I love that. I love it. One day I'm gonna just come out with products like I think it was Suzanne Summers when she came out with the Thigh Master, out of nowhere. She's like, I'm doing Thigh Masters now. I love it. I would do it too. I want to go on TikTok Live and just be selling stuff like the Michelle Fons and the Tatis
I
of
think
the
you'll
world.
have your big merch come back because again, I think the glitter popcorn and your what was it called again?
Glitter
Glitter Bitch Walk, yes.
Did it come up with
ahead
that
of its
name?
time. I think it was ahead of its time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see like AMC, like the next like big event movie. It's like the popcorn bucket. Like imagine Barbie 2. It's like Barbie, you get the Barbie popcorn bucket, and then you get the Barbie glitter on top. Actually, I swear that they did pink popcorn for Barbie at like one of the theater chains. I swear.
Really? Well, why wasn't that more talked about?
I think it was at one of the smaller theater chains because I remember going to like I think like what's one of the Galleria, the Sherman-Oaks Galleria? Is that
They changed it. It used to be ArcLight, but it's not ArcLight anymore.
I don't know what it is. I remember I went there wanting to see Barbie with friends, and then
They had pink popcorn?
They had pink popcorn, but it was sold out.
Oh, well, I hate when they do that too. Make enough popcorn. Make enough pink popcorn for everyone.
Yeah, like how hard is it to make pink popcorn?
Yeah.
Like the buckets I kind of get, I think, but...
Yeah, like how many did they make that they sold out? They had 1 million. They sold out.
At Regal. Yeah, it was like it was pink glittery popcorn at Regal Cinemas
They
for Barbie.
stole my glitter
yes, that's what
popcorn.
I'm saying. You were ahead of the time.
Oh man, that was really cool. Edible. Yeah, you're right. Dang, I know the Barbie marketing was on another level, and I feel like we'll talk about it in a minute. But the ends with us is very Barbie coded, where they're like, "Wear your florals,
Get
your hair done."
So deep on It Ends With Us. I can't wait to discuss
Yes.
it.
Before we do, let's just shout out Patreon one more time because we didn't finish it.
That happens a lot.
It does happen. Patreon.com/JustTrish. We just did the Erewhon smoothie. This week we are doing reaction videos to my poetry book, Who Wants to Be a Superhero. We're making Olympic muffins tomorrow. We'll bring them Wednesday for you to try. And this is our headshot of the month. So, okay, you might be like, this is a weird one, but I wanted more space to write to you guys. So our headshot tier is going to get our 100 kisses to you with my name. So I'm like writing a little note to you. Our producer tier will get the same headshot, but I will make them out to your name that appears on Patreon. So you'll get a little custom headshot. It's our 100 one. I wanted the 100 balloons. I know it's not really a headshot. It's really just like a picture, but like it looks cool. The frame you can get on Amazon. But I think the sticker you guys are going to really love this month in honor of King Tut month.
Wow.
August 28th or 27th or one of those. We have the King Tut Trish emoji. And yeah, this is our sticker of the month. You know, it's been, 4 years since King Tut came out?
Probably offensive. Probably.
Probably offensive. Probably. Never deleted. Still up. I would love, what if it's Steve Martin surprising us today and doing King Tut?
That's very possible.
I wonder if you ever saw it because now that he's so in like the new generation with his show.
100%.
You think?
Selena probably showed him on the set of
Yeah.
Murders in the
Somebody
Building.
showed him, you think?
Because
Yeah.
Selena does little TikToks with him on
Does she?
set. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen them.
Mm-hmm.
Like little songs or what?
I don't think songs. I think she kind of just films them.
Okay, it's like,
I don't
here
know
we
if they do
are.
little bits, but...
But we
What?
guys stay on Patreon for one more second.
Yeah.
We have a big hot topic as far as Patreon.
Well, it's not a big hot topic, but
It is a hot
Well,
topic.
it was
It's trending too.
It's not like an exciting one. It's just like an announcement we should make because
Right,
it came
'cause
out today.
There'll be a lot of questions.
We
too,
did.
and-
We're on a call with Patreon last week and found out this information. By the way, shout out Patreon for. They said our Patreon was one of the top performing Patreons out there. So thank you guys so much for making Patreon what it is. We love it so much. We actually we always film special days for it. We make sure we get it done. We love it. However, however, this is more like a alert or whatever. So starting in November. If you sign up through Patreon through your phone, through like the Apple app, is it? Apple?
Yeah, only on Apple.
Only
yeah.
on Apple, the Apple app, they're going to start charging 30% more. So if you have a $10 tier, what is that like?
It's actually going to be
$14 or something like that. So, but you can avoid it two ways. You can either sign up before November, before it starts, you can, if you want to sign up through the Apple, or the desktop will remain the same. So if you go, which I always access my Patreon on desktop, I don't know, like whatever, I guess there's an app too, but I always do the desktop. If you sign up on desktop, you can avoid those fees as well. There's nothing they can really do about it, I guess. I don't know. It just is what Apple's doing.
They were, negotiating that for a long time, but if you already signed in, I think it's going to change. And if you sign in on desktop, then you can go back to the app and watch it on the app. So you can still use the app. But just don't
sign up through patreon.com on your desktop or sign up before November. That sucks. I don't know. But anyways, we'll just keep reminding you to sign up through the desktop. But until November, you can still sign up through the Apple app. Yeah, you can. If you sign up through the desktop, you can still use the app to watch the videos and stuff like that. So I don't know. We love Apple, but sometimes Apple, they really be hustling for that coin. It's like, Apple, you made enough money.
I think the apple falls far from the tree.
Yeah. I
like excuse to do the dance.
I was like, wait, does that? Okay, I didn't know what the saying means. Apple farm. Is that what it is?
No, that's I split the apple. It's like, isn't it like?
Are we doing it again?
Oh my god, they really marketed that very well. People really love it. Yeah,
for that
you never did
dance.
it.
What?
You never did it.
No, I never will, but I appreciate it. Every time I see one, I don't know. It's so impressive to me every time I see one.
It does something
wow,
to your
that's
brain.
amazing. Yeah.
I love it. Chocolate muffins will also be up. Our Olympic chocolate muffins. We'll make it tomorrow, right, babe? We're making the chocolate muffins. Sure. We've been able to get stuff during the nap time. We love to watch Politician during nap time, but...
What's the tacos? What?
What?
Oh, you said tacos or?
About what?
Oh, muffins. Olympic tacos?
What does that mean, the tacos? I don't get
it.
it.
Oh, I thought you said tacos. So it's muffins.
I don't understand muffins. The joke.
It's not a joke. You just misheard.
I just misheard you.
Oh. Because we spent all day yesterday at the nap time, like, did you see we cleaned out the entranceway?
Yes, I was gagged.
Yeah.
I need to send this photo to Jimmy, but I love it because it was so clean. I was like, wow. But then there was like a braid just like on the floor, like on the entrance, and I was like, okay, you can.
Are you a clean freak like that? I wouldn't even notice.
No, I just loved it because it was like so like you could hear like the echoes because there was no like there were like usually there's boxes and like a huge rack of clothes and it's like a little chaotic.
Like a journalist.
But then the second I walk in, there was like just a lone braid on the floor, and I was like, this is like,
that's like after the weekend, people party and you find hair extensions on the street.
That was
Diva
me this
down.
morning. It
Diva
was cleaned
down.
up because also the lights were down, but that was also me because I was trying to take a wig box.
What happened.
Well, because I was trying to get the wigs that you said, so I was like carrying the wig box and it was so heavy.
Should have told me.
So the first thing I did was knock down the light, and I was like, oh shoot. So then I was like kept going, so the braid must have fallen out from the wig box.
I was like, this is kind of everything.
No, it was chaotic. We had to do it. We still have obviously a lot to do. We can't sell those freaking damn oversharing theater chairs. We put them on offer up for half the value. And my sister, like, one person responded, and they wanted $500, and we're like, fine, we'll take it, and they didn't even respond to that. So at this point, I told my glam, whoever wants it, I was like, if they can come get a truck, not whoever out there, but whoever I know personally, I was like, if you want the red movie theater seats, if someone can come take them, because we just want them out. I just don't like the dresser either. There's like a black dresser with skulls, and it gives me like weird vibes. It gives me like the house in Studio City vibes, and I'm like, I want to get rid of that too. And then there's a fridge. He wants to move it to the... It's just a lot. We have a lot to do, but not a lot. It's not bad. It's just a lot. I don't know. But we did do it yesterday during the naps. I filled out that's the other thing on our Patreon. So I do handwritten note cards to you guys. And this month, they'll come out on August 15th, I did a different message to each person. It's on my ASMR channel. It'll be up tonight, which is yesterday. So it's on my ASMR channel. I was writing them all out, saying their names, and then I did like special messages. I was doing like haikus. I was doing alliterations. I was writing poems to people. If they had like a cool name, I was doing like if they had a double E, every word I did was like a double E in it. Like I was doing like little. Anyways, check it out. It took me 2.5 hours. It's up on my ASMR, and I was chilling. Baby Elvis is next to me, cooing away, and I'm just because Moses was downstairs, Malibu was sleeping, so I was like, okay, let's just get this done. And it was really fun. I enjoyed doing it. Maybe I'll do it next month. Usually I was writing the same message to people, but I'm like, so everyone got a special message. Some people got like, ooh, a meteor shower is happening tonight. Wish upon the stars. Some people got fortune cookie numbers. Like today's your lucky day. This is a sign from the universe. Like I'm very. And then some people just got like random ones. I'm like thinking of you.
We should start a fortune cookie factory with your manifestation.
That's what I'm doing at Patreon. Mm-hmm. If you're a producer, you get that handwritten card. I think that was where they're bang for their buck this month with that. I thought that was pretty fun. But anyways, check out patreon.com/JustTrish, and we love you guys
and the ASMR
so much.
channel if you're a Patreon.
Yeah, just go everywhere. Go find me everywhere. That's what it was. Our headshot tier, like, literally shot up, like, 200 people this month. Like, so weird. Like, it was up to, like, 200 people, which is almost double. I was like, that's odd. Like, I always talk about it, and I know the photo was fierce, but I was like, this is kind of odd. But I was starting to do ASMR signing them. I'm like, oh, maybe my ASMR fans didn't know about it, And they're like, let's come over. So, because those videos get, like, 200,000 views. Kind of slay, actually, in, like, a week, which is crazy because my main channel could never, So, anyways, all right, enough promotions. We didn't have a sponsor, so that was our whole thing. And I think our merch is coming next week, so tune into Hot Topics next Monday. I think that is when, because people want to know when the drop is. I'm telling you, the drop will happen when the episode happens. So, I don't know. Also go to JustTrish.com, I guess. I don't know. They'll be there. Check out the episode. I don't know. We'll see. And again, we didn't order enough. I know people are going to be mad, but we're trying.
We ordered this batch when we ordered the first T-shirts.
Yeah.
So it's just now coming because it's such a complex and beautiful piece.
It's also just like, it was really heavy. We had to ship it by boat instead of like by plane. So anyways, those are coming. I'm very excited for them. And thank you to you guys. They probably will sell out, but also we love you. Okay. Hot topics. Is our guy here? Did they text? Did anyone text?
No, I'm checking. Our
phone
lines are open. We're standing by.
I told him to let me know. I was like, make sure you let me know. I'm so sad. You guys are coordinated today. You guys are both in beige.
Oh yeah, I
More-
suppose so.
more or
And
less,
stripes
yeah.
and plaids. What's the vibe? What was your vibe today? You're very 70s today. You look like that 70s show.
I was just like, let me dress like not fully unserious today, just in case. You know what I mean?
Right, right,
Because
right.
usually it's like a quirky hat and like whatever I find, you
Yeah.
know. But today I was like dressed
Just
with
in case.
intention. Yeah.
Yeah, I like
Uh-huh.
that. Me too.
Yeah, I think this is the shirt I wore for the TED interview. So this is, I guess, like my hot guy shirt,
I
like just
love
in case.
it.
Yeah.
What if he's not hot? Well, everyone I like is hot, I
Yeah,
guess.
exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think
So-
there is a non-hot guy that I like.
No, so I
Yeah.
think like it's kind of like a good any guy shirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm like I look kind of like straighty vibes today. I think.
Is that what you're aiming
Yeah,
for?
I'm trying to just be like a guy, like a guy.
What if he's not straight?
It's okay. Like it's just like a guy. It kind of goes either way.
Oh,
Like I
right.
can just like another like unbutton.
Oh,
yeah, and
that
then
looks
that's like
good.
gay, right? But then if it's like
Is
a
it?
straighty, I think
I
so.
think that's like very Burt Reynolds to have it open.
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
I don't
Is he
know.
bi?
I don't know. I'm just saying this shirt can gotta go
It's
for whatever.
70s,
Yeah.
70s gay.
Yeah,
70s
yeah.
gay,
Ooh,
there
I
you go.
love that. That should be a new trend coming back. I love 70s gay. That is very a good vibe for sure. But I don't know if there was 70s gays, right? Like you couldn't be out in the 70s, could you?
I'm sure someone was out in the 70s, don't you think?
I feel like no.
I mean, I don't know.
Even like was Freddie Mercury out in the 80s? Like was he
I
out?
have no idea.
So I feel like
we gotta
no.
ask Jojo Siwa about that. She's the Freddie
icon?
Mercury. Yeah,
Oh,
she's
right.
a Freddie Mercury expert. Yeah,
That's just everything
I
gay
think-
she knows.
Oh, just like
She's the gay
any
encyclopedia.
gay questions. Yeah,
Because I feel like even like Elton John in the movie, he was like married to a woman in the 70s. So I feel like no, even though like flamboyant, but maybe people just like weren't out. Do you think people knew people were gay, or do you think they didn't think gays existed?
I feel like they must have had an inkling, don't you think?
Like just regular, like just not regular, just like people like housewives in the Midwest. Like you think they knew about gay people in the 70s?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't either.
I'm not like the American lore.
You're the gay
if you will.
expert today.
I'm
just-
not like a historian, a history lore, like
Yeah.
a lore expert, if you will, of
Right.
U.S. history. I don't know.
I
I
don't
really
either.
only paid attention to the 90s and up. Like whenever I was
Yeah.
moving and grooving, I'm like, I was aware, you know.
What year
but
were you born?
92.
And so you were aware in the 90s?
Oh yeah, I
love
love
that.
because like I was very just like at home and on the internet. Like
Really?
yeah.
That's wild to me. I guess like that's what I'm saying. Even that 5 years, we always talk about age gaps, right? And like relationships. It's like even that 5 years, like so much change. Like we didn't grow up with the internet, you know?
I think the internet, like dial up becoming like more accessible was like the big like
Gap,
shift.
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Interesting. That's so interesting.
Yeah, because I feel like that's probably a shift, and then like social media blowing up is like the other shift between
Yeah.
like millennial and Gen Z. You know,
For sure. We didn't have it in high school. We didn't. I think MySpace maybe my senior year, but I wasn't on it. I didn't get it till like I did like once a half semester of
Yeah.
college.
because for me, I remember like my big MySpace year was like 8th grade. I want to say.
Yeah, so that would make
makes
sense. Yeah. But the fact that kids had like internet, like you had internet, because I was like, how are you even like aware of the world? Like I wasn't aware of the world at 10. You know?
I mean, also I was using the internet to like order Beanie Babies. Like I was on
Really?
eBay ordering Beanie Babies. Yeah, and like you had to write a money order to eBay to like get.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yes. Uh huh.
I loved like
Or
online
cashier's
shopping.
check sometimes
yes,
too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I remember going to get that is so crazy. Yeah. I didn't trust the internet shopping for so long. I was just like, I don't trust it. Like putting your credit card on the internet sounded
I
so
got
scary.
in trouble as a kid, yeah, because I would take I would use like suspicious sites, like very dubious sites, and I remember like I ordered an action figure from a website, and then the total, I don't know what happened from like checking out, but it ended up being $10,000, and I was like, okay, that's not that much money, and then I was thinking about
10,000?
it, and then I was like, wait, and how I specifically remember contextualizing it like. On Fear Factor, if you won $10,000, and I was like 10. I don't,
Oh my
anyway.
God.
But I was like contextualizing. I was like, and they get so excited about winning $10,000, like it's a huge amount of money, and I was like, oh, this is a big amount of money.
Was it only 10,000 on Fear Factor?
Yeah.
What? That's crazy. They did all that for. I mean, 10,000 is a lot of money, but I'm not gonna eat bugs.
Especially
For,
you know back then, pre-inflation. Or
I
whatever.
guess. Would you eat bugs for $10,000?
Yeah.
Really?
The problem is with tax. Like, was tax lower back then? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. Early 2000s.
But they also had to like lay in like rats sometimes. Could you lay in a rat?
no, I couldn't do that. I could probably eat a bug. I don't know if I could actually do it. They ate brains and stuff. I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah, that I guess the eating is not too crazy to me, but it's more like the rats and
Yeah.
and
I would
alligators.
do like the jumping, like I don't know, some like an activity or whatever. Because
Yeah.
I'm like very competitive. That I think the competitiveness would outweigh the
Oh my
fear.
God. But you remember the one
But-
where it was like the trucks were like hanging off like a crane and you had to like get in there and like it was like so, it was so crazy. You know Donny Osmond won Fear Factor.
Yeah, I
It was
remember that.
crazy. I was like, okay, good for him. Yeah, Fear Factor was what Joe Rogan hosted that. Isn't that
I
crazy?
know, that's how I knew
Me
him.
too. I always say that. I mean, he's like, God, I just remember him from like Fear Factor. Now he's like this big podcaster,
I
Netflixer.
know. Although his Netflix special, I heard, was less, like, it was not as big as Matt Rife's. Like, it was pretty low in the ratings.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it was like mid. It was like maybe 5 or 6 on the Netflix chart. And like Matt Rife's, I think, peaked at 3, I want to say.
Okay.
And like the overall, like all categories chart, you know.
Wow.
But,
There's no Bridgerton over there.
yeah, no Bridgerton.
That's crazy, though, because, like, Joe Rogan doesn't strike me as, like, a stand-up comedian.
He strikes
Right?
me as a guy. Yeah.
Yeah, like, he to me is, like, a commentator that has people on, and he just talks about, like, aliens and conspiracies.
Yeah.
He gives me, like, straight Shane Dawson vibes. Like, that's how you know?
what, yeah. Also, Matt Rife doesn't strike me as a comedian either, but that's just...
No, he definitely is not a comedian. Oh my God, he gives me the ick more than Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, I just saw clips and I'm like, oh, I don't know. Anyways, I don't know why stand-up's making jokes about just like groups of like people that they done doesn't affect
it's
them.
so
It's
like uncreative at this point too.
Yeah.
Like you have to have like funny. I feel like you would have funnier material
For
than, like,
sure.
Yeah, because
And
like if your comedy usually comes from like your life, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
your comedy this morning about it was like you making small talk with the cashier. Like that's the kind of comedy I want to see. You know,
That's what my stand-up
Yeah.
would be. I'm gonna need you to be on stage with me because I truly think my comedy. I use that loosely,
You'll
by
just
the
it would
way.
be me like
You'll
in the
just do
front row just
crowd work.
cackling.
Just do crowd work all day.
That's everything. You're the laugh track. I use the word comedy lightly, but like my comedy only comes out if I'm like talking to someone. I feel because like me
That
by
is
myself.
not true. That is not true.
I can never just sit here and just like have a conversation
That
with the
is
camera.
not
and be
true.
Your
funny.
entire channel
No.
is that.
Exactly.
Your
And it has
entire-
30,000 views on that
No,
channel.
no, your
Yeah.
legacy. Your legacy is
Your
you.
memes and everything
Exactly.
is no.
Yes.
Okay, well, I appreciate that. I don't think so, but
There's one I remember, like I love it because gay Twitter always like brings up clips of you that I forgot about, and then one of my favorite ones is you with like a pink fuzzy pen, and like you were sitting like on a stool in your kitchen, and you were like, "Things I could do, get off Twitter." That's never gonna happen. And
oh my God, really? I'm so funny. Sometimes I'm like, when you say that, I'm like, what? Like that's me. That's so funny.
It was you sitting on a stool, like you had your glasses on. I'm just like, this is so.
Where
camp.
was I?
You were in obviously your kitchen. You're.
Oh, but I was on a stool. I wasn't on the floor. I was on the stool in the kitchen.
For this one, yeah.
I had to watch that one. I don't remember. I'm trying to think like where I was, like what was going on culturally with me. Like I don't
even know the year because that's the thing too with the Twitter clips. You get no like timestamps or
Oh,
whatever,
okay.
you know. So
I have
I'm
to
like,
look it up.
I don't even know when it could have been. You had your glasses, like you were.
Oh.
I think your hair was like you were growing back your hair because it was like
Fried. That's any
Well,
year.
yeah. Well, yes, it was
Well,
like
yes.
short. You
Bleach
had your
blonde?
glasses. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Probably
Probably 2019 a spiral for
gives,
sure.
Yeah, it does give 2019 vibes.
Where I'm
so.
just trying to like get any attention. T, I love it. I feel like people didn't appreciate it back then because I don't even remember it first of all, but I feel like people. I love it. Get off Twitter. Never. That is kind of the mood though. You know, I was seeing like if you want to talk too deep into it, but like Chris Olsen, you know, was talking about how getting bullied and stuff like that. And it was like, you know, everyone's like, get off the internet. And he's like, but it brings me joy. I'm like, okay, T, even though like, yes, like obviously if you feel like you want to like die, you should probably like, you know, just get some sort of help. But obviously bullying's not okay. But I was just like, you know what? Kind of real though. It's like when you should probably get off the app for your own. Me too. Let's talk about me. Let's put it in my perspective. Chris Olsen just triggered it for me because I went through like a breakdown in 2019, more by my own Discord, not people bullying me. It was just my own head. But I was like, oh, in theory, I probably should have gotten offline. And I think in general, we talked about this, right? And just for temporary, it doesn't have to be forever, but we were saying, like, you know, sometimes it's better to just, like, or if you don't want to get offline, right, like, it's your job, like, maybe he, like, makes money and that's all he can, and same with me, right, like, I can never just, like, get offline, like, I have to make money, but maybe just, like, don't read the comments, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like, pull a Pokimane. Like, Pokey is so good because
Yeah.
she just, like, hires people to... like
clean it up.
To like she'll mute someone will go and like mute anything bad.
Yeah.
So then whenever
Do
she
it.
looks, it's like fun stuff, you know.
Totally. He should
So
do that.
that's worth the investment, I think, for your mental health to
Yeah.
just like not see the bad like the hate, you know.
That's actually so true because in my head, I think like no one hates me anymore because like one, my main channel I gets a little hate. Twitter gets maybe a little hate, but like overall TikTok, I don't have a moderator on there. TikTok is always like super nice to me. Knock on wood, stay nice to me. I love you, TikTok, so much. And then this channel, like Moses like will go through, but it's mostly like if it's like hateful stuff. Like if someone has like criticism, like whatever, that's like fine.
Yeah.
Obviously we love it. You guys know. You guys clock me if I'm like wrong on something, like stay at home mom stuff. You're like, okay, clock it, got it, thank you, like noted. But if it's like something like mean, like or hateful, or just like whatever, or like bullying other people, then obviously you block it. I think if it falls under bullying, which sounds like Chris Olsen's case, where people are, I guess his thing is like people are telling him he's ugly and should die or something, which is like wild because it's like you're not ugly, obviously, and like what? I guess he had a lot of hate on his glam bot. So then I went to go look up the glam bot, and I was like, he literally was just like opening. I don't know. Anyways, I feel for him. I feel sad for him, but also at the same time, like, you know, monitor those comments because like he was definitely going through and having like a breakdown, which I mean, most of us can relate to online.
He's been going through it. I do feel for him.
Yeah.
Because he is kind of like one of those TikTok like punching bags just because he is like a little sometimes cringe. I think he's just like I don't know. He has like a flamboyant personality, and he puts it on, you know. So he is kind of like a punching bag for everyone to like punch down on.
Yeah.
And people think it's okay just because he's like pretty famous. So he has that going for him, and then he has like people keep like resurfacing his like nude photos and like using those against him too. So it's like he's getting it on like both ends.
Oh
which
yeah,
sucks.
that's stuff like really That's awful. Yeah, that's really, really bad. That kind of stuff, obviously, that sucks. And that's why it's like, I mean, the way to only stop getting bullied online is like, unfortunately, is like true, is like if you just leave the internet, which he's like, I don't want them to win. I have fun on it. I get that. That's why I'm saying too. But I think like that's the only way to make it stop, which sucks. Like there should be something more done about cyberbullying and people being mean, but it's like, well, definitely like the revenge porn stuff, like that stuff is awful. And it's like, how is that not being able to be contained and stopped? Like that to me is weird how more stuff can't be done about it unless you do like legal action.
Yeah.
But like, what does that even mean? You go to like, even when my own nudes were sent to people unsolicited, whatever, it's like, what do I do? Like, do I go to the cops? Like, I don't know. It's such a weird thing.
Yeah. And I don't know how it works either. Cause I don't know if this is 100% true. This is what I read that like at one point he did like give, like he signed it off to like be able to do it because it wasn't just like personal stuff. It was like he was doing the cam's work or whatever at the time. But you would think it would still be like a copyright thing. I think I don't know how it, like copyright.
Yeah,
No, it's
I
still
guess
when you go on Twitter, you can see in their categories. It's not allowed. Somebody cannot publish unsolicited pictures
if it's not what it's
especially if
intended
somebody
for.
else too. And that's a big debate that there is on Twitter right now, because it's either everyone has to identify themselves, so nobody's anonymous anymore on Twitter, or it remains the way it is, so people can be anonymous. And there's a huge debate because you can't, all the whistleblowers are anonymous. So they don't know yet how to go about it,
Well, with that kind of stuff, they should not. Yeah, I don't think there should be any anonymity. I guess, like you said, like I guess if it's like someone that's like trying to protect themselves, but especially when it comes to this kind of stuff where you're just sending like photos. I know the person who sent my photos unsolicited, and still like, what can you do? Because like technically, I put mine out there. Like I'm not saying this with Chris, obviously, like just me, but like I put mine out behind like a paywall, but it was intended for that and not being sent to someone who didn't ask for them or want them.
Too with him, if that's like the case with like obviously at one point it was consensual, but it isn't anymore. And I feel like with consent too, like I always think you are able to like retract that at any like it's not a yes. Going back to the road, a yes then is not a yes forever. You know what I mean? Like I feel like consent can be taken away if you change your mind. You know,
God,
so
that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, and especially I think we talked about this like when it first came up too. Like as a guy too. Like, I feel like it's taken less seriously because, like, obviously, like, Kendall from Love Island, like, his revenge porn came out and it was, like, obviously he didn't consent to it. And I don't, like, I kept seeing, people being like, oh, like, I want to see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus, like, but that was,
This
like,
is
that was the guys giving that perspective. And the girls were, like, worried about Kendall's, like, mental health.
Yeah.
So it shows, like, the difference
That is
psychologically.
so true. Yeah, I did see someone, too, break it down, like, the gay on gay hate because people, like, maybe don't like that he's so... what's the word you use to describe him? Not flamboyant, but
I think I use flamboyant.
I love flamboyant. I think I'm flamboyant.
Me too.
You know what I mean? I think so. I think maybe people see that and they're like, don't like it either because it like triggers something in themselves. They wish they could be like. I did have someone I knew that was like really close to me at one point. I didn't know if he was gay or straight. Everyone like assumed he was gay. He said he was straight, whatever. But like he would be like really weirdly homophobic around like people in my life, like. People I dance with or whatever. And I was like, that's kind of weird. Like, you're so, whatever. And you work in this industry where it's like all gays. And he was like weirdly like homophobic and like didn't like gays or whatever. And it's just like, it's kind of something weird where it's like maybe because he couldn't be like out and fully himself or like, or they're told not to be that way or, whatever. I don't know. Maybe that I just saw another TikToker. I don't know who it was talking about that. And yeah, it's kind of,
that happens a lot. I think because it's so weird with the gay community because there is like you said, gay on gay hate, and I feel like especially when it's someone who is like a little bit more femme, like if Chris was like traditionally masked, like a bro coded or whatever, I feel like people would treat him very, 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 very differently.
Yeah.
But again, that's like, okay, why is anything that is a little bit feminine innately like a negative thing?
Yeah.
It's just the even with gays, like the patriarchy be patriarching.
Yeah. And no, it's that. Well, it's, you see it, and it's TikTok too. TikTok can be so ugly. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you can take a break, I always recommend people taking breaks because I feel like it does help a lot of people. I'm not one to talk. I've never took a break in my life, but I probably should have it sometimes. But I think, like, God, I really should have. I don't know. Even when I've been, like, in my worst cancellations, I'm, like, just, you know, eating Taco Bell in my car. You know what I mean? But I don't know. For me, it, like, helps me. You know what? I don't know. I guess when we had our 2-week break, you know, it did, like, help. Like, it does, like, reset you a little bit.
Well, you did have a baby, so.
Right, that's it. And I was still like looking. I did take a full week off after the baby where I didn't even like look online, and it actually was really great. Like, I actually did get like lost in my own like real world, and it's great because when you go in the real world, like, it's just not like TikTok. Because TikTok too, there's also a lot of like trans influencers hating on other trans influencers right now.
Really?
Oh my God, it drives me. I don't even know like all their names, but there's one, I think her name is Jules. She's the demure girl.
Oh,
you know, like, my makeup's, you don't know. She's
Uh-uh.
like, my makeup is really demure. She always says, she's so funny. But then someone else like, oh, I came up with demure first. And like, there's this whole like content. And it's like, it's just sad. And then she's in beef with other people. And like, I don't really know the full like drama of it all, but it does make me sad because I'm just like, like, it's like girl on girl hate. There's like anything. It's just like, oh God, like, why are we hating?
Where is the community these
Where
days?
is the community? It's like, well, we're going to just like let the straight guys, they're not fighting with each other. We're going to just like let them like control the world because they're unified and we're just like tearing each other apart.
Yes, we need to unite.
Yes, all of us. The girls, the gays, trans, days, that like everybody, we all have to form our,
so true.
you know, alliance here. If it was traitors, that's how it would be. If I was on traitors, I would put the straights against the girls and the gays. That's how I would divide us.
Yes, we do need like an alliance.
Because do you remember? Oh my God, we're watching Glee right now, and Mr. Shu. It all goes back to Glee.
Spoilers alert.
Spoiler alert in season 2. Mr. Shu was like saying, okay, girls on this side, guys on this side. He's like, Kurt, you have to go with the guys. Like, but he sings in their range. And he says that too. He's like, I don't want to be with the guys. Like, I feel more comfortable with the girls. Like, I couldn't believe he said that. I was like, Mr. Shu of all people of the Glee Club, like, you're gonna make Kurt go with the guys that he doesn't want to be with, that literally harass him, like throw slushies in his face. I was like, you are so weird. Mr. Shu is such the evil villain in that story.
Menace.
Yes, menace for sure.
Yeah, Mr. Shu is diabolical.
He really was.
Yeah, I don't know how he got away with so much.
He was like weirdly everything in that show, just homophobic, just like everything was very weird. I was like, I don't like you
The
at
poor
all.
guy. Can you imagine him every time he opened the script? Is like, again.
I think he
seriously?
lived for it. I don't know.
He lived. Matt Morrison was Mr. Shu. I think he really put his whole chest. So after they say they said it with his chest, all those lines. If Emma had a boyfriend, he wanted to steal her from him because Emma was into him the whole time. And then as soon as she gets a boyfriend, let me just like try to steal her away from him. I'm like, you are so weird. He needed help. But I
One
love
day our
Glee.
pop culture references will be something that is current. I don't know when that's going to be, but it won't be like a show that Young
politician.
Sheldon, the politician, Glee.
Well, Young Sheldon's current-ish, right?
I mean, it's over, but
Yeah. I was trying to stay current with British, and you failed me on that
That's
one.
true.
You did not watch
That's
season
true.
3
That
with
is my
us. I was
fault.
ready to do a full dissertation on it. I was really excited.
I got so sidelined by my obsession with Young Sheldon.
Are you done with it now?
I have one season left, but I'm putting it off.
For why?
I'm really dragging my feet because then it's over. And also, he's like so old now that it's like it had such a charm when he was like a little kid.
Yeah.
Because I was like, this is either me as a little boy or like my future son. Even my boyfriend was like, we cannot have a son like this, but I was like, no, I would love a young.
Why?
He hates Young Sheldon. He thinks Young Sheldon is so annoying. But
No, I hope your son isn't like that.
I would. I mean, it would be so. I get it. Like I feel like from when
That's
even though
funny.
I'm not like smart like Young Sheldon, but I think I'm just
You're
a little,
so smart. You are so smart.
I mean, not about like things that matter, like about
That's
pop
not
culture.
true.
Yeah,
You
like
are.
about movies or whatever.
I
but
think you're really like, you're very like, you know, you're just smart. You are. Like, you're somebody I always ask for advice. I'm always like, okay, like, what do you think about this? This is like, you are very smart.
I think I have like a good pop culture or like, you know, online culture references, but as far as like politics, I'm not like a Hassan who can like sit here and tell you about everything that's going on in the world. Like I don't
I wonder
know.
if Hassan is really smart or we just don't know.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
that is like the face crack of the century. You're so right. Like, are we just dumb so he looks really
Yeah,
smart?
it's like, wow, he's smart, but is he? I don't
Is he?
know.
I mean,
He
literally,
might be.
anyone can come across super smart to
That's
us
what
as
I'm
a
saying.
problem. Yeah.
The only reason I say that is because sometimes on Twitter, not even on my, it's more on like the trending page, not the people I follow, but I'll randomly see something be like, okay, but this is so wrong. It's like a clip of Hassan. He's like, this guy's so dumb, like he doesn't know. So I was like, I don't know. Like again, I have no ever clue what they're talking about. Like, what's he saying is right or wrong? But I'm like, we could just be like, he's so smart and maybe he's not.
That's true. That is a problem with like information in general though, because someone who just sounds like they know what they're talking about, especially on like a subject. I mean, that's what always gets us in trouble. We sound like so authoritative
Yeah.
about like
Anytime-
Well, that's what we try not to be, yeah.
Don't take
Latvia.
anything for real.
No,
Anytime
but-
somebody starts a sentence with like, well, the geopolitical state of South America in the 1970s
like,
caused the
smart.
situation that's happening now in Mexico.
Yeah, and I was like, yep, absolutely.
Absolutely,
Exactly,
you're
yeah.
so right.
Slayed it. That's what I would think too. So smart.
This is
Yeah,
where the
what?
state, because we are trying to keep it a little light, a little bubbly, a little girly.
Please, yes, everything's so serious.
So my like number one hot topic was Ted Nivison was playing basketball with Hassan, and I was like, I should have been there. I don't know why that was like.
How do you know this?
Because I saw it on Ted's Instagram story, and I was like, why was? And I literally replied, I wasn't even thinking. Maybe it's the unmedicated side of me. I was just like,
my gut
my
still?
gut thing was just like, where the hell was my invite? Like I was so
Do
genuine
you
about
chat
it too.
with him? Do you DM him?
Occasionally here and there, but I get
Okay.
scared. You know how I get scared to reply to anyone?
Oh, so you haven't replied back?
No, I
What do you
did
thi-
because I was so like upset. I don't know why. I was like,
Wait, you
I
replied
should
to
have
the
been there.
basketball?
Yes, I was like, I should have been. I was where the hell was
Oh,
my
no,
invite?
what did he say?
How tall
He's-
is Hassan? Like, are they?
I think they're like similar height. Because everyone in the video, because
What?
Ted posted a video, and everyone looked humongous. Like they all look like
They're all
I think
giants.
like me.
Because Ted is like humongous,
Ted-
actually.
I think he's what like 6'4" or something. I don't know.
I would
that
not want
it?
to play against him. I would just be like,
I'd be
trying to get the
Right.
ball.
I would live because I'd feel so teeny,
That's true.
tiny against all
Were
those.
they
like,
good?
To me, yes, because I don't know anything.
Okay, yeah, right, same. Be like, oh, they look great playing.
The only time I remember playing basketball, because all my brothers are straight and all his friends obviously are like bros. So to try to fit in with him, like I would play basketball, and I remember like I passed it to someone, and I was so proud of myself because I passed that I ran into a railing, and I had like a humongous bruise like on my whole body, like on my
God.
stomach, because I literally like was like, yeah, I did it, and then I ran into a railing.
What kind of railing? Was it the curved, the bent
Like
ones?
yes, like walk up the stairs or whatever.
Oh, okay, because I was like, railing sounds scary, like you could impale yourself.
Oh,
but I was
no.
like, oh my
It was
god,
rounded, yeah.
Okay, you were in the rounded
Yes.
ones. So what do you mean you passed the ball and you kept running?
Yeah, because I was so happy, and I was
don't know how
like
you do it.
staring, and I was like, wow, I did it, and then I wasn't looking because I was like,
I always thought a pass was like you plant yourself and pass it. I thought you had to
no,
pass
I was
that way.
dribbling and.
Oh, can you do that? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I did it, so.
I always thought like if you ran with the ball, like it was.
Well, you have to keep dribbling.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Wow.
I know so much. I should have been there. You can't like run with it while holding it. You have to, because that's travel. You have to keep
Yeah,
dribbling.
you know, look at you being like, I know
things.
nothing, and then knowing all the lingo.
You have to dribble with it to keep moving.
Would you feel confident playing with them?
No, but I would feel like so happy.
Like, would you go for real? Like, if he's like, come play with us.
I should have been there, yes, for sure, because it just like I am not God's strongest shoulder. Like I as much as I sit on this platform and I'm like boo straight men, tomato,
Yeah.
tomato, tomato.
Yeah.
If I was in between a Hassan and a Ted, like a Hassan Ted sandwich, I'm there. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like,
Okay, that's
and they're all shirtless and it's like hot. They're all sweating. I'm there. Like,
Yeah.
when I saw the
Ooh.
video, I fell to my knees.
They should film that for like Instagram or something.
They did. I mean, Ted posted it to his Instagram.
Just
but-
story though, but they should have done like a thirst trap like Jonathan Bailey, where it's like,
Yeah,
you
okay,
know,
yes, but can I-
appeal to their audience.
This is where I get conflicted though, because with Hassan lately, I've noticed, again, this is my hottest topic, is Hassan, you know how like thirsty I was for him in the beginning.
Yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like like the pedal was to the metal before,
Yeah.
but now I've cooled off because I've realized how clocked in he is to like appealing to gay thirst. And how I noticed it, Hassan, you can't fool me, because he started putting all these gay songs like on his thirst traps. Like
Oh.
it's like 360 Charlie XCX, and it's like Hot to Go,
Oh.
Chapel Row. Like he keeps putting gay songs on his thirst traps to like market them to the gays. And then the reverse psychology that makes me like, oh, you can't like market to me so blatantly. Like I'm smarter than that, you know.
Wait, but don't you live for it? I feel like
Of
that's
course
smart.
I live for it, but I'm trying to resist because it's like so apparent. Like he
I
knows what he's
see.
doing. I love when like a guy doesn't know that he's like, I mean, like aware, but not like consciously like making
Oh my
effort.
god, you're so complicated. No one can appease you. Because if he was super straight, then he'd be like, oh god, he's just so straight. Playing Tupac or whatever straight people listen
No,
to.
but Ted gets it, I think, because he doesn't like play into his hotness, but Hassan is like, ooh, like sweaty pecs, he squats, he shows his ass, like
Yeah.
he's lifting a lot, he shows how many calories he burns. I'm like, okay, I get it. And then it's like Charlie 360, like, you know what I
I
mean?
don't know
It's
that
like,
song. But I like it. The 360. Okay. I can appreciate it. You know what I mean? Like I love when like gay guys I think are super hot market to like straight girls sometimes.
Okay,
Maybe
that
they're
works.
marketing to gay men, but I like to think they're marketing to me. You know what I mean? So I guess that's in a way, but I don't know. I'm not really sure where it goes.
I should reach out for a statement, I suppose. I guess this is me reaching out
You should
for
go
a
on his
statement.
podcast.
I'll go on Fear and
Stream.
Yeah. I think that's a good group because they have like gay representation, they have straight girl representation, a cutie, or maybe
Straight
I
girl.
think she's straight. And then Hassan, so straight guy. So they have a good.
Straight girls scare me recently. I don't know. There's too many, like, I don't know. Straight girls are a lot, especially with the whole Rush coming out, the Bama Rush and stuff like that. I don't know. 100% straight girls are a little scary to me. That's it. You know what I mean?
And Cutie's defense, I don't think she has like tweeted thirst for girls, so
Okay. Maybe she's on the queer spectrum.
Yes, like you.
Because anyone who's like 100% like, I only love guys, I was like, what is wrong with you? Like, I don't choose to be attracted to guys. I don't want to be
What about
attracted to guys. Gay men or gay women?
Gay men who are attracted to guys by that logic.
Well, I think I don't think they chose to be attracted to men either.
That's true.
We're all in the struggle together. Like, why do we need the peen? You know, that sucks. And that way, I agree with Kurt. Is God real? Because why are we attracted to this? Why do we need the peen? I don't want it, but it's what I need, you know? So I think that's why we relate to gay men and, you know, women who are attracted to men. Oh, God. We need to go on the Glee podcast. That really needs to be studied more.
I know. Kevin McHale, Jenna Ushkowitz, hit us up. We're ready.
I would live. Although Moses never wants to watch it. Last night I was like, do we watch this or an old episode of Wipeout? He's like, Wipeout. I was like, you'd rather watch Wipeout than Glee?
You know, with Malibu with us.
But she likes the song. She doesn't know about anything that's happening in the
Not if it's,
episode.
push it. And they're like,
That's a serve that one. She wouldn't get it. She wouldn't get it yet.
Maybe we should just choose an episode that we know is like past the dad in a coma and all that stuff.
I think he did wake up. I think he did. Well, they're all sad. Wasn't there a school like Pew Pew and stuff like that where they're like hiding?
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
one.
they're like hiding in a bathroom. It was like so triggering, and it's like they're all like scared. It was like the most scariest thing ever, and there was definitely singing in there. And I was like, I don't know if we should be singing. Yeah.
How do I not remember that episode?
Yeah, it was. I remember it like airing vividly, and it was like so scary. And it was kind of like where everybody was when it happened. So the Pew Pew went off, and some people were like in the Glee room, some people were like in the bathroom.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was like a whole thing, and I don't even remember who it ended up. Oh, I know. Do you want me to spoil it?
Yeah.
It was Becky.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I was like, wait, who was it?
It was like an accident or something?
Maybe, yeah. I can't really fully remember.
I kind of remember it.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It's crazy.
Glee was wild.
Really,
Glee was a
wild.
fever dream.
Yeah. And it needs to come back so it can redeem itself because it was a little problematic too. I think we could do it not being problematic this time around. And without Mr. Shu. Indefinitely. Indefinitely. But I would love to be on it. I would love to be like Sue Sylvester. I love her. She was so fierce. I love when they gave her songs too, when she did Olivia Newton-John's Physical. It was so good. I was like, I live for her so much. She did a Madonna, I think, too.
Oh, yeah, the comb bra. I think
Yeah, which I'm doing Wednesday, inspired by Addison
Ray.
Rae.
I knew it.
Right away, I was like, it was gonna be ready today, but I had a Rihanna jacket made for today. But I didn't want to be in cosplay if I was gonna meet this person who I don't know if is showing up. What are we at the hour? Almost hour mark, and nothing yet.
Almost hour mark. I'm checking out
Okay,
communications.
I'm just gonna keep this wig on until midnight tonight in case this person shows up.
Like the crumble cookie arriving.
Yeah, it did arrive late, so I don't know. We'll see. Man, and no one texted either? That's ox. That's super awkward. Why do they get me so excited? I get it, like wanting to know, but damn. Okay, it's fine. Everything's fine. I'll just cry later about it. And it took me so long to find something to wear because like nothing was fitting me. Even though I like feel like I have been dieting, like still nothing fits me. So I'm just like, just one of those things. Can't wait for our merch for our hoodie so I can just wear it every day that I feel fat. Just throw the pink hoodie on and call it a day. D23? Should we get it? Is that a hot topic or no one cares? I care.
I cared. I was really into it. Miley Cyrus becoming a Disney legend. She's the youngest person to ever be inaugurated into Disney legend status.
And getting emotional about playing Hannah Montana, which we love.
Lainey Wilson performed Best of Both
Who
Worlds.
is Lainey Wilson? I saw that, but who is she?
That's a country singer.
Okay. You said it with like such conviction. And I was like, is she someone I should know?
She's a country singer.
Okay.
I want to say she was in a group, but I definitely could be wrong. I'm not really I used to be in the country society back in the day. I loved Carrie Underwood, Kelly Pickler, and Taylor Swift in the country era.
Is that country? I
And
feel
Miranda
like no.
Lambert. I loved Miranda Lambert.
Oh, really?
Yes, this was like 2006 to 2008 was like my country girl era.
Okay.
Where does your boots stop working? Does your truck?
Oh, that truck. God,
It's
I hate that
very
trend.
that vibe. But if you
Did I do it? I didn't do it.
No, but
Okay.
you said you wanted to do it. You wanted the boots, and so.
Yeah, but I don't know. Again, it feels a little too like America for me. You know what I mean? And it's like, love it, but the Olympics are over, so we're not America anymore. Except when we make the muffins tomorrow, we'll wear our USA shirts because they came in finally 2 weeks later, and I was like, now we can wear them, so we'll wear them. I did have my Skims USA Olympic bikini on, so we'll make the chocolate muffins.
Want to shout out Reagan.
Who?
Reagan.
Reagan, who's that?
Do you know Reagan?
The Australian breakdance. What is it?
breakdancer.
Oh my
Breakdancer,
God,
yeah.
Moses, we're on D23. We're not on Olympics.
Okay,
circle
we'll
back
come
to-
back. We'll come
No,
back.
it's
We
fine.
will circle back.
Okay,
to
we'll
it.
I
circle.
just wanted to say
Moses
Reagan.
has been
That's it.
pitching this hot topic all
Oh,
weekend.
I live for that.
And I'm like, I've never seen this person. I don't know what it is. And he's like, it's everywhere. But then my sister, in your defense, yesterday in the pool, she was like, by the way, I know, I get it. Everyone like says I'm being mean to Moses. It's not that I'm being mean. I think it's funny. I'm saying it lightheartedly. But my sister was like, oh, did you see the breakdancer from? I was like, oh my God. I was like, I haven't seen. I did see it. You did send it to me. I did see it. But let's say that for the Olympic portion of our podcast.
We'll go from D23 to Olympic.
We're keeping it light because even Swoop was like, everything feels a little heavy, right? I think she said that, or maybe someone else I was following. I think Swoop said it. It's like, everything feels so heavy on the internet. So we're keeping it light. So we'll keep the Olympic, your favorite, Reagan.
Coming soon.
Yeah, coming soon. We won't forget it, I promise.
But yeah, anyway, Lainey Wilson is a country singer, and she performed it all country for Miley, and then she was crying in the audience, and then. I don't know. I love seeing her like be honored because Hannah Montana. I wish you were a Hannah Montana girl.
I know.
Maybe you'll come around and have a Hannah Montana
Maybe.
era late
10 years.
as
Yeah.
as everything else.
Yeah.
But was like so influential to me. I can have and like has raised this next generation of like pop girls like Sabrina. Chapel actually was in like Miley's like award montage. Like she was
Oh.
like, I love Hannah has inspired me so much. Like it showed like all these like influential people
Talking
talking
about Hannah Montana?
and like Hannah Montana's
Aw.
legacy. And Chapel was in there. She recorded a little video message to Miley. It was so
Wow.
sweet.
Okay, I respect it. Like, I know people love it. I love a phenomenon. I love, like, pop culture, everything.
Oh my God.
So,
it was the times to be alive. Like, I remember, like, her albums coming out. I was like, oh, the new Hannah Montana's dropping. And my
Wow.
iPod saw Hannah Montana, not Miley, but Hannah Montana, I think 3 times in concert. Miley, I think, like, 2 times in concert. I realized my phone, like, my home phone, because I wanted to seem cool, like, if my mom calls me, it says Miley Cyrus. Because
Oh my God, still?
in high school, I never changed it. But in high school, I wanted to seem cool in case. Because I knew people in my high school who were friends with Miley, so I wanted to fit in. I was like, oh, she might be calling me.
But wouldn't you think then they'd be like, oh, you know Oscar? And she'd be like, no.
Yes. Well, but we didn't get that far.
That would scare me. I'd be like, oh my God, what if they find out I'm not friends?
That's true. I could be exposed like really easily, but it never came down.
Yeah,
to
that would be
I
a bad one.
suppose.
That'd
Yeah.
be a bad. But so she'd call you during class and be like, wow, Miley's calling you. Okay. I like it. I think that's cute. I always see as the meme or the clip or whatever of her just like waving bye to her house. And I'm like, that's kind of a serve. I like it. She looks sad. The acting was giving for sure. I love her closet. I sent the closet to Moses too. I was like, I want this. There was like a step up in her room. And it was like a
Yes.
wardrobe. I want that. That's what I want the Just Trish room over there to be. I want it to be like a Miley Cyrus because all my pink shoes and my pink outfits could be hanging there. So I think it seems like a cool. And what was it, Malibu she was supposed to be in? So
Yeah.
I feel like I could understand why people would like it. It's me with like Saved by the Bell or California Dreams. I'm like, oh, I want to go to California and like live that life. So I guess I could see why people would like it.
And the music still holds up, I will say. Most of it still holds up.
I definitely know Hannah Montana songs. Like I definitely like love the songs. I just didn't know like where they fit in.
I wish she was the one that performed though instead of Lainey Wilson. Although I'm still holding out for the
Yeah.
Super Bowl, and if Miley gets the Super Bowl halftime show next year, she has to do like a best of both worlds moment.
I bet she won't.
I
feel
think
like
she knows what we want. She knows what we want.
but the Super Bowl crowd, I feel like she's gonna be like, I need to be sexy, I need to be can't be tamed, Miley. Like I gotta be that instead of like she puts like a sequin scarf on.
But
and
it's like all of America's watch like millennials that grew up with her are like adults now, and I feel like she
Yeah.
knows that's what we just like a tiny second of
no,
it.
it would be iconic. I just feel like
She
I'm
has
trying
to do
think.
like the climb and like best of both worlds.
I can't see it. I don't think I could see it.
I'm predicting it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. I mean, it would be cool.
Because that's
if
a
she did.
moment. Because it's like what? Because if you're gonna do it at the Super Bowl, you're not gonna do it at D23 because you want the big. It's like you with
Right.
Limelight. Like you don't want to just cosplay as Limelight. You want to be in the next Deadpool movie. I think Miley just doesn't want to put
Waiting
on the
for the
Hannah Montana
Deadpool.
wig. Yeah, she's waiting for the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Like she's waiting for the big moment.
I can see
That's
that. Then
my theory.
You're right. I would have performed if they asked me. I would have performed her song for her. I feel like I'm very.
D23.
I'm very Hannah Montana. Put a wig on me. I'm a different person. You know what I mean? So
You are Hannah Montana
Yeah, I like to
coded
think
and the
so.
pop star vibes.
Yes.
Yes.
When I had the Tyra wig, everyone thought it was like a Hannah Montana wig.
Oh,
so
yeah, the bangs.
I might do Hannah Montana cosplay. I saw one where she's like in a pink robe with like pie on her face, and I was like, oh, That's a serve. I could do
Yeah,
that.
that was the pilot episode. That's a
Oh,
good one.
really?
Yes.
Done. I'm doing it. She had a fierce headband and a blonde wig, and I was like, this is cute. So I loved it. I liked it. No, but it's weird she didn't perform because everyone performed. Like all the Descendants performed. We have someone from the Descendants coming on next week, so I was like, he was supposed to come on. Oh no, what is today? Oh, he was supposed to come on this Wednesday, but then he rescheduled for next Wednesday.
Oh, that's
so
exciting. I think they were there announcing the next movie too. There's
another. I thought it was the zombie tour or whatever they were announcing.
Oh, maybe you're right.
Oh, but maybe there's another movie.
I could have sworn they were announcing the next one, but I don't know.
I would love to be in the next one because they had like Rita Ora. I could have been,
you know. Totally. Who would you be? Like, what kind of character?
Ooh, I don't know who's been like Uliana. Maybe I could be her mom because she's Ursula's niece, but maybe she has to have a mom.
Yeah.
Maybe I could be her mom. You know what I mean? Because I just think she's like really fierce. Like nothing. Like I like the way she like raps, and I feel like I could rap more than I could sing. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I think maybe I don't know. That'd be my hat throwing in there. Yeah.
And Lindsay Lohan's like big comeback to with Freakier Friday. She
Excited
looks
for
really,
that.
really good.
Yes, my makeup artist Ash K. Holm. I lost her to Khloe Kardashian. She is now doing Lindsay Lohan.
That's everything.
And I think that's why she looks so fierce because she was like the best. I remember I met. Her name's Ashley Holm. I met her when she was still in Houston. She came out, and I used to use her for all my music videos. And then I remember the New Year's Eve, Khloe booked her because Khloe was dating a Houston basketball player, and then she needed someone in New Year's Eve, so she flew back to Houston to be the Houston makeup artist for her, and then ever since she got to be with Khloe, which is like great for her. But then I got really jealous when it was Lindsay Lohan. I was like, oh my god, she's doing Lindsay. That's like the ultimate face beat. It's not Gypsy Rose. Alexis Oakley, shout out, was doing Gypsy Rose's gender reveal makeup. I was like, sir.
Oh, that was Alexis?
Yes.
Oh, that's everything.
She like flew on her TikTok. I'm flying to glam someone in New Orleans. Everyone's like, Gypsy? I love that Gypsy flew out glam from LA for her gender reveal.
That was her moment.
That was her moment. She's like, I need the beat. She did look good. I loved it. It was cute. A cute little backyard thing. But yeah, I saw she was doing Lindsay Lohan, and I was just like, damn, she looks really good.
Yeah, she
Lindsay
looks
looks
so
gorge.
good. And she's recording music for Freakier Friday is confirmed, which I love.
Yes.
I miss Lindsay's music career, and I'm so
too.
excited.
Oh god, I loved it. What was the other one? Not Freaky Friday, but
Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen.
where she loves Sid Arthur.
That girl was me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That girl was a one-time teenage drama queen.
A halftime every day wanna be.
I love that.
And like the Herbie Fully Loaded, she had a song, I Wanna Come First.
yeah.
Every Lindsay Lohan movie having a song was like
so good.
Yes, I was plugged into
You're
Radio
right.
Disney, and I was like waiting for the Lindsay Lohan song to hit. Like,
She was. I did do a remake of Rumors. It was my freaky Spanish version, and it was exactly shot by shot.
I never
Rumors.
noticed that until you
Really?
said that. Yeah,
Yeah.
now I see it.
I had the sunglasses. I even had my sister be my lookalike at the beginning, where I'm like tricking the paparazzi. I was in the cage like her. I'm swinging in the cage and freaky. And then we were on a rooftop. I have no idea why. I was like, this is gonna be Rumors. And then I had the red wig. I was in the elevator dancing, and it was just like, and I was singing just in Spanish. I was like, "Tome lo duro, freak, freak." I was like literally going. I was having my moment, but quiero un freak. Just yeah, I loved it. Anyways, check it out. I did Spanish music for a minute.
Check it out.
Check it out. That was great. Hercules is coming to Broadway, which I'm so excited.
Greatest Showman coming to Broadway.
Oh, yes. You don't know any of these people, but Jeremy Jordan. I don't even know. He's from Newsies. He's from Smash. I think his name is Jeremy Jordan. He's currently in Gatsby on Broadway. He's like a huge Broadway star. He was supposed to play. There's like video of him singing with Hugh Grant. Like he was supposed to be Zac Efron's character.
Oh.
And then Zac Efron joined on. They're like, okay, not you anymore. But he literally did like I forgot what that's called. Like workshopping, like all the Greatest Showman songs. Like he was supposed to be that character. He's singing with Hugh. He's singing with the whole cast. And then he got booted for Zac Efron. I was like, damn. But this is his moment now because now it's coming to Broadway and he's a Broadway star. So I think he'll definitely kill it. And Bradley Gibson as Hercules, so good. And the music is so good. And I'm super excited for I just love like Disney on Broadway. I think that was like super exciting. So to hear all of them like in person sing, it was like so cool. I like love it. And Greatest Showman will be good. I thought they could have had a better like performance at the show because everyone had like celebrities come sing, right? And it was like kind of like they didn't really have anyone for Greatest Showman to come sing.
I think it's so early in development that they didn't have anything yet because they didn't even give a date for when that's going to happen. So
Jeremy Jordan, he could have done it. He knows the songs.
That's true.
You
and
know?
like Hugh Jackman is around, so
Hugh Jackman's definitely around. Again, it ends with us. He was at that premiere. Why are you there?
Just fly out, yeah.
So he could have been there.
I think
Rachel Ziegler was there.
Yeah, everyone flew in. James Cameron flew in from like New Zealand or something.
What was he talking about?
Avatar 3.
Oh, nobody cares. right?
I don't know. They're
Maybe
like
they do.
they're the biggest movies, I think, in history. But
Just kidding. Love an Avatar.
I know that like Tana's like kick recently has been Avatar Corn. I know she's been on that spiral
Who,
lately.
Tana?
Tana Mojo, yeah, you know her.
Well, the way you said it was so casual. You're like,
You know our friend Tana.
yeah.
She's been like talking a lot about Avatar Corn, so I think she likes
Okay.
Avatar. Maybe she's excited for the new one. We'll have to reach out for a statement.
To see if she's excited about it. But I guess because we started the show so much about like at the beginning of last year about Snow White, what did we think about the new trailer?
Oh my god, isn't it crazy? I was thinking that too because
Yeah.
literally we started with like the discourse around like who's playing the dwarves and stuff,
Oh
and
my
then now
God.
it's all CGI. Oh, everyone hates the CGI dwarves.
What?
that were
First of all,
shown.
creepy. Like, there's no way that, like,
It's-
number one, if it's like kids are seeing it, which, you know, it's obviously for kids too, no matter what anyone says, it's obviously Snow White Disney. But it's like, I just know Malibu would cry when she saw them because she cries over those, like, little, like, anything kind of a little scary. At Costco, there's like a pumpkin right now that she's like terrified of, and that's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of the melting pumpkin at Costco. I was like, why did they make them like that?
It is like a little uncanny valley.
Yeah. Why? So,
know.
first of all, what happened to the magical creatures? Because we did see them filming. Are they just cut?
They scrapped them and then they did reshoots and then did it the CGI dwarves.
I want to see the magical creatures so bad. I want to see what they did with them. So all those people just got cut. And then I guess the more important, like first of all, love the trailer. Love Rachel Ziegler. Like I will
Rachel
only see
Ziegler
it for
was
her.
so good. Like
Done, yeah.
The way she was singing and twirling, I got chills because she sounded so good. She literally is a Disney
No,
princess.
literal Disney princess. The voice, the look, the everything. I thought the dress was great. I thought even the wig was good. So many people were calling it like Lord Farquaad, but I was like,
Yeah,
I
I
think it was living. It looked like Snow White.
It looked like the cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, people just love to be like a hater, but big but, and Disney, I just don't know how they missed the mark so much because so many dwarf actors were like, this is our shot, this is our moment. There's finally like 7 roles for us to play in one big, huge Disney movie. And I was like, how did they like not listen to that feedback, you
And
know?
I never saw the I think it's Snow White and the Huntsman, the Kristen Stewart and Chris Hemsworth one.
Oh, yeah, I never saw
But
it.
they like little people played dwarves in that one, like real people.
Oh, so
yeah, it was. So it's like if that
Why?
worked for that movie,
Was that Disney?
I don't know if it was a Disney proper movie. Let me
Oh.
see.
It's so odd and just a little eerie to see little because it's not live action. If there's animation, it's no longer live action. It's also animation, and it's like that's not what we wanted.
So basically, they have like 3 movies they made so far.
Yeah, actually,
Like
because
they should just release each one of them for whoever wants to
I want to see the
the
magical
different
creature
versions.
one. Like, what were they even thinking with that? What were they even thinking? First of all, calling them creatures. Second of all, having like just random people playing. Like, it was just so odd.
So at the end of the day, there's people that could have worked on the project and now they're not. They're not getting
Yeah,
paid.
they're like,
And
let's
it's
animate them.
It wasn't Disney. It was Universal because it was based on the like fairy tale itself, not like
Okay.
the Disney version.
It's like Winnie the Pooh, where anyone can make a movie about
Oh
it.
yes, exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, wasn't it because everyone's blaming Peter Dinklage for
Yeah, but that's one actor.
exactly, yeah, and then like other actors came out and said like
Yeah.
no, like I would have done that role, you know. So
But I feel like everybody unanimously was like, that makes the movie, that's in the title, like these actors, there's actors out there that finally get to play these roles, you know?
yeah, because it's like it's just so weird because like the animals that they show in the trailer are like hyper real, like they're more realistic, almost like Little Mermaid, you know, when like
Yes.
the like flounder looked like a real fish,
fish,
instead of
yes.
a cartoon. So it's
Uh-huh.
weird, like the dwarves look like the cartoon dwarves,
Yeah.
but then the animals look like real animals that are that are
Yeah, why
CGI.
did-
So
they
it's
gave them like
so-
these big balloon noses and
Yeah.
stuff, and I'm just like, why do you not make them look like real people? I guess maybe that's even more offensive. It brings it all back to Hacks because remember the episode of Hacks where she hires little people to deliver her Christmas
Oh,
invites,
yes,
and then
yeah.
who ruins it? But Ava, she's like, this is so wrong, and then the actors were like, this is our work, this is what we can do,
Yes.
like this is our time of year, like why are you trying to take it away from us? You know what I mean? And it's like it gave very much that energy, and I was like, yes, let's keep them, you know, like and rightfully so, right? It's just like finally, like it's like obviously they can play so many parts, but it's like this is specifically tailored to like only they can play it, and then just let's animate it instead. Like then just do a whole full animation. Rachel Ziegler could have voiced it. Like it's just so
yeah,
crazy.
It is so weird, like how it's all like mixed up. I don't know, like all the art styles. It's
I
a
think
lot.
Disney has someone on the inside trying to sabotage them for real, because even like Little Mermaid, like it was really good, but like you said, kind of the fish and stuff like that, like was a little off-putting to people, and it's just like, why didn't they like
Make
keep
them
it
cute.
right, make it cute, exactly, like keep it a little bit more. I don't know. I think they could have just done so much more, and then they just kind of let it flop. I don't know. Maybe someone on the inside is giving them advice, and
I think it's a lot of like executives making decisions, and like not listening to the people. Is what it comes down to.
I just don't understand though, because like the age now of TikTok, where it's like that's all it is. It's just a bunch of voices, and you can hear the loudest voices all come together. It's like I think like you said, all the execs, they need like one Gen Z newcomer that just sits at the table and tells them the truth, because it's like so real, right? When you hear like ours is Harry Daniels, right? Like what he says is like Bible. It's like, okay, whatever you say is in, and it's like I think that's what you need like a young person who's like, this is where
someone
it's at.
Who's plugged in, yeah.
Exactly, because like no matter how plugged in you think you are, I have kids, I have this, it's like even me, it's like I'm not fully plugged in because I'm just like not that age, so I just don't know. But or you think you have an idea of like what it would be, like you said, millennials writing it, being like, oh, this is what they think is cool. It's like no, what's kind of but the Toy Story 5 was also, I thought, was a really cool, where it's like the toys against the electronic iPads.
Yeah, the iPad kids versus the traditional toys.
That's real, because the iPad kids are real. I will do an iPad, whatever, but I think that's more, because it is kind of sad. I will say, however, though, Malibu does equal share with her toys. She does love playing with like they're called little people. They're like the little people toys. They make RuPaul has them, Elvis, and they're like these little people, and they're good because you can't choke on them. They're really like thick and stuff. And she does play with those a lot. She does, so as much as she'll like have her iPad at night to like unwind, which by the way also is very smart.
For her it's more like a rest time when she wants to rest.
Yeah.
She's like, I want to go to bed and play my little dinosaurs on the iPad.
Yeah, she loves it. It's actually smart though. She's really smart at those kind of things. She knows where everything is, but she does play with her toys a lot too. But I think that's very smart. So whoever did Toy Story 5, because I think everyone was kind of over Toy. Maybe not everyone. I was over Toy Story. I was like, okay, how many more of these do you need?
A lot of people were.
Yeah, right. Like I like Toy Story 4. I thought it was really sentimental. I liked it. Keanu Reeves in it, but it's just like, okay, kind of over it. But then with this, I was like, oh, this is so relevant. You know what I mean? And I think that's like good for kids to watch too. I don't know what the take will be. Is it the original voices? Tim Allen and Tom Hanks?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Good for them. They're just
cashing in.
Yeah, for real. Because I always think they're like canceled. Isn't that crazy? Like you think about Tom Hanks and Tim Allen being like so likable, but then people are always trying to cancel them too.
What did Tom Hanks do?
Chet Hanks was trying to cancel him on Surreal Life. Remember, he said he got sent away in the middle of the night, kind of like Paris Hilton. They hired people to come like take him to a camp or something.
And a lot of other conspiracies.
Oh, my God.
Really? Mm-hmm. Moses is like low-key a conspiracist, I found out this weekend. He was telling me, who were you saying something about a conspiracy about? And I was like, what? Who did you tell me? You're like, on my conspiracy TikTok, I hear about this all the time. I was like, what? Who said that?
Oh, man.
It was like on our walk, you said something.
Yeah, what did we talk about?
Oh, no.
Maybe it was political, so it's not so much.
Oh, was it? I feel like we'd never talk about politics, but okay.
But anyway, people try to, the whole Hollywood elite, right? There's so many things. So
I remember what it was.
He's pretty big. I remember too.
Yeah, I have a friend. Yeah, there's like the secret society thing, and I was like, "Oh, it's this." I'm like, "Wait, what?" I'm like, "My friend would never be a part of." Like, what? He's like, "Yes, this isn't." I'm like,
"No, but you can say that name. I mean, the Bohemian Grove. Everyone knows about it."
Oh, I don't know about
exactly.
No, you don't know about the Bohemian Grove?
I know.
Oh my God.
My one friend's like, I went to Bohemian. He's like, what? Bohemian Grove is this? And he starts giving me all this conspiracy. Like, first of all, who are you? Like, how do you know
here,
this?
and I know about it.
Oh my God.
I've never heard of it.
Couldn't tell you where it's at. Don't know what it is. Don't know what it means.
Maybe we should keep it though. I
think so too.
Me being out of the knowledge of that stuff is probably for the best.
Always.
Also, I have loose lips, so like no one should ever like entrust me with any like cult or like secret society information, because I would spill it in 2 seconds.
Same. I'm very much that too. I just have to let someone know that I know.
Yeah, exactly.
I get 5,000 clues, and I'm like, this is it. Yeah. I definitely don't know. I know nothing about nothing. That's why I never get too serious. I'm just like, let me not get too serious because I know absolutely nothing. So that's my defense with everything.
Yeah.
Is I am, like you said, I'm smart with some things, but dumb with so many things. So many things, and this is one of them. Especially conspiracies. I was like, oh my God. All of a sudden, I was like, oh yeah, I'm on conspiracy TikTok about this and this. I was like, okay, Shane over here too. I thought Shane was the only person into conspiracies, and all of a sudden, everyone around me is a conspiracist.
Well, he was talking about the size of pizza in Chuck E. Cheese, not the.
I'm so sorry we're not friends with him anymore.
I remember when he dropped that Chuck E. Cheese video though, and being like mind blown. I was gagged.
The pieces not fitting. You're like
gagged.
Yeah.
But they really don't fit. When we went with Malibu, the pieces don't fit.
I don't know why they do that. Yeah. What is that?
And then I was like, oh no. Oh no, is this real? Are they really piecing out together those pizzas?
But why? Why is that?
Why?
Why don't they fit? We order Domino's all the time. They fit perfectly. Like, I don't understand. That's so weird.
Didn't they issue a statement back when it happened? I forget.
Oh, we gotta reach out to them and find out. We need to know. We need to know these answers because it was so weird.
But
how did we get on conspiracy?
True.
Oh, Tom Hanks. I didn't know there was more stuff about him. I just thought it was Chet Hanks airing it all out. Gosh, those celebrity kids, they'll air you out one day. Malibu's a tell-all. That's why I'm just as nice as can be. Like I'm gonna be the perfect mother.
They said no conspiracies here. No conspiracies here. Our pizzas are made to order, and we prepare our dough fresh in restaurant, which means they are not always perfectly uniform in shape, but always delicious.
But we see at New York those
Still.
fresh pizzas. There's
Still, if it's not uniform, you'll see where it changes
is-
shape, but it's just the cut. Suddenly there's a slice that's just like out there.
yeah. There's no
It's weird.
way. My belief, my opinion, there's no way that it could be fresh dough because it just tastes like frozen. We love a frozen pizza. We love Tombstone all day long. DiGiorno just came out with Deadpool. I love it, but it's just like there's no way that's fresh. That dough, there's no way.
The only thing I can imagine if they slice them before they cook them.
Oh, so
and
then
then
when it
individual
cooks-
pieces kind of like expand and shrink certain way, but that's the only thing I can
We need
imagine.
to know why it's not fitting.
We need to like shadow like a cook at Chuck E. Cheese.
Would love
and,
that.
Like, yeah.
Maria's Italian Kitchen said I could shadow them in their kitchen. Like, do you want to come cook here? I was like, I don't know, maybe. I don't know if that sounds that exciting, but I love the food. I don't know if I want to make my own schnitzel, but the frying stuff scares me, but we love them. Shout out Maria's. Best chocolate chip cookies in town, for sure. They sent me a DM. They're like, do you want to come cook? I was like, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah. Moses the other day we ate there. He's like, are you going to take him off on the cooking thing? I'm like, I just don't know like what I'm doing. Like, is it for TikTok? Is it just for fun? Do we bring Malibu in? I'm not really sure, but the offer was very nice, and we do love Maria's Italian Kitchen, so maybe I'd make some cookies or something before then, because their cookies are delicious. Oh, gosh. How did we get there? Tom Hanks and Tim Allen, yeah.
Should we circle back now to the Australian breakdancer?
Okay, let's
Or
see if
did we
there's
finish
anything more.
D23?
Yeah, I guess that's it for
It's our last
D23.
resort.
Rachel Ziegler
Oh,
is amazing. We love her.
I was excited to get your take on the new Disney Pixar movie Hopper, in which I think it's a girl swaps brains with a beaver.
What?
I feel like that's a role you were destined to play,
Wait,
like a voice.
is it casting? Or it's already out? Is it coming?
It's in development. It's like yeah.
They're casting.
Yes.
Love it. Is it animation?
Yeah.
I'm manifesting this. This is my dream life, is really to be a voiceover actor that just like gets paid so much money just to like voice a cartoon. You get residuals, because like how amazing is that? You do not have to be skinny. You don't have to look good. It's just your voice. I would love that more than anything. Oh my God, please. What is it called? Hopper? Cast me. Cast me. How have I not been a voice in a cartoon? I think I was destined to be a voiceover. CAA. That's my goal now. Cancel everything else. I want to do voiceover work. That'd be everything. Okay, so what? Wait, what? Like a Frankenstein thing?
I guess so.
Does the girl die so she needs a brain, or what?
It was something about like the beavers saving their environment or something. I think it's just so specific, like a beaver.
Beaver? Yeah. Also seems like a code for something, right? Like they call women beavers. I feel like it's kind of like their sneaky way of going around it. It's also giving poor things, which I don't know if I feel.
Well, you can't defame the movie that you want to be a part of.
Oh,
so.
okay.
You gotta, like,
I'm
love
into it.
Yes.
We love a beaver. Number one beaver right here. I mean, I guess it's not derogatory, right? When men call
No.
women beavers,
Well, I don't think they call women beavers. They call
the
their
vagina
yes,
beaver.
Yeah.
Is it derogatory?
I don't think so.
Why do I remember in high school people would call it a beaver?
Why a beaver though?
They're like, ooh, she has an angry beaver. I was like, what? Yeah. And as a mean way of like calling me a bitch or something, they're like, that's an angry beaver.
What?
Yeah. One time someone said grab. Never mind, I won't even say it. But
Oh my god.
yeah, it was like before. Yeah. Anyways,
But-
it was bad. It was derogatory. Someone told someone to grab me there, and then they
What?
did. Yeah.
That is crazy.
It was in front of my gym teacher in high school, and he did nothing about it. I was like,
What?
yeah. That's why that trend triggered me. Remember on TikTok, there was a trend where the guys would literally like lift them up from their,
No.
yeah, was
You
it their
don't have-
hand?
Yeah, they will just walk, put their hand,
And
lift
lift them up and carry them away like that.
Ew.
And it was like all over TikTok. It was wild. I was like, okay.
The woman would sound almost like a mannequin, and he would come and
Oh, it
lift
was
her up and
consensual
walk
at
her.
least.
Well,
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah, mine
Okay.
was not consensual. I will say
Oh my
that.
God.
It was wild. I guess I was skinny enough back then that they could do that, because they did kind of. Well, they more just grabbed it. I guess they didn't really like lift me up with it.
Oh my god.
Um,
Oh my god.
Hopper. Wait, why is it called Hopper? It sounds like a frog.
I know. I literally have no idea. They didn't show like a trailer or anything. They just showed like the title, like graphic, and explained the beaver concept, and
Yeah,
that was
hopper
it.
would be like a grasshopper, like hopper.
Right. Mm.
I don't know.
I'll do it.
Regardless, yeah,
do
because
it.
that it really is a ticket. Because then, like, if they do like a hopper land at like one of the Disney parks, then you have to, your voice will be used, and then you get the residuals.
I would love it. I follow a TikTok of the guy whose voice is used where it's like, he's at Disneyland and on the ride, he's like, doors are opening, stand by. And like, he does the thing. I was like, that's iconic. So you're there forever.
Cool.
Yeah. I would love to do something like that too. So hire me for that. You want to play
Any
basketball with
voiceover
Hassan?
needs,
Yeah. I want to do that. That's the goal. Moses,
Dream
what
big.
do you want to dream? What's your dream that you want to put out there? The stars are happening tonight. The meteor showers are tonight. So wish upon a money stars. What's your star? What are you
Well, you know
wishing?
what I always wish for?
My own talk show.
Yes.
He said that.
That's so sweet.
No, because what was it? It was 0808.
She manifests the actual things she wants. I say, this house, this car, that place. I'm manifesting the thing that will get all those
Oh,
things.
that's smart. Okay.
You know what I mean? Because I told her, like, once you get your talk show, everything will fall into place.
No, it was August 8th, so it was 0808. I'm like, oh, babe, it's like powerful manifestation. I was like in my closet manifesting in my journal. Like I was like, you have to manifest big. By the way, before all that, I do say like good health, long life, longevity. Like
of
I do
course,
have all
yeah.
that before. I'm like houses in Palm Spring. Like, you know what I mean? That is on the list, but just whatever. But I did all eights that day. That was like the 800. I wanted 80 million in my bank account. I wanted an $8,000 deal or $8 million deal, and then I wanted like 8 kids or something like that. I don't know, something. It was all my eights. Anyways. Yeah, then I asked him, I'm like, he's like, I manifest every day. I was like, oh my God, well, share it out loud so we can manifest it together and be loud. He's like, your own talk show. I was like, that's what you manifest? That's what you're dreaming? I mean, thank you, but.
It's easier when
Thank
it's like
you.
one, you're really focused on it. And this way we don't manifest for the same we are manifesting for the same thing from different angles, so there's more chances it
covered.
will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you should manifest something for you.
Well, it is also for
that
you
is-
because
like
you'll
I
work on
say,
the
everything
show.
falls together. We
I
all
feel
as
like-
I see us all as a family on the set.
Aw, yeah,
And all
that's
that,
true. My dressing room will have like Wendy had an office, but I have like a little nursery, well, I don't even need nursery, like a playroom. They could be as loud as they want, soundproof it.
I would love to be like either art director or producer.
It can't be above the set. Yeah, right. Yes. Well, of course. Yeah, your lighting and sound and tech and that's so nice. I would manifest like Kate Bush or something for you, singing Happy Birthday or
What?
something. You love Kate Bush.
But that's such a one moment in life. I'm manifesting your entire life.
I don't know. I think there's people I would manifest meeting over my own talk show. I'd be like, I actually want to meet this person so bad.
Well, that's why I'm in charge of manifesting the talk show.
I just manifest like dollar amounts. I'm like, I want 80 million in my bank account. I want 8 million. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. I think it'll happen. I don't know how. Probably the lottery. That's how I think it's going to happen. But all right. Well, we like that. Dream big tonight, you guys. The last night of the meteor shower is tonight. It was the 11th, 12th, and 13th. So it's your last night to see the stars fall and wish on them as you may. When you wish upon a star. Oh, wait, isn't that Snow White? No. What's Snow White?
Sleeping Beauty is that one, right?
Oh,
What is Snow
no.
White?
That's Pinocchio, I think.
Oh, you're so
Jiminy
right.
Cricket. Snow White is something. I'm wishing for the one I love to find me. Is that a star? Right?
I think you're right. And Sleeping Beauty is a dream is a wish your heart makes.
Yeah.
Okay, there you
dreams
go.
a wish your-
All
Oh,
very similar thematically, though.
I thought that was Cinderella because didn't Brandy just sing that in Descendants?
Maybe you're right.
Dream is a wish. Oh no, she's saying this is love. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
I think that's Cinderella. I don't know. The old princesses like Snow White, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty. I don't really keep up with that much.
I just
but-
know from when like the Disney Channel stars like would cover the old songs.
Oh.
And it was like that. So it was like Raven singing like a dream. It was like a poppy
dream
version.
is a wish your heart makes.
And then like Ashley Tisdale in there.
Oh yeah. I think Hilary Duff was in like Circle of Life or
Yes.
something.
And
yeah.
then random the Sprouse brothers who can't sing would be like in there a little
yeah,
bit. Yeah.
But then who was the one who's like really good? He's on Broadway right now. God, what is his name?
Jordan Fisher?
Yes. How did you know that? How did you know?
I know Jordan Fisher.
That's wild. He's on Broadway right now in Hades Town. He sings, I'm coming, wait for me. His voice is so good. He's in Rent. I love him. Jordan Fisher's also a dream guest. I think he's so great. His voice, anyone who sings is just like,
I need to really evaluate my dream guests. I feel like I've been
Yeah.
since Ted, I feel like I've fallen off. Like,
Yeah, you
knowing
haven't had one.
I know. I don't know who.
I think because we keep losing our dream guests.
yeah, so it's like, damn.
Let's just lower the bar. Lower
We
the
just
bar.
circle back to the people who like I've said they really want to come on. I think then it's like okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get back into our guest era for sure. I feel like it's gonna come back. Although I do love a double hot topics too, so I get conflicted. Like I love having guests, but I also,
I know.
I think to manifest the talk show, I think I need to have some guests. I can show what I can do, but any word from our people?
Let me check. Nope.
No text.
I know, but every time you get a text, I'm like, oh, who's that? Because it's like names I don't know sometimes.
Really?
But
Who is
no,
it?
so
Who's
far.
texting me? No one. It's crazy. I get so many texts on Mondays. I get so many texts on the days we film this.
Yeah, everyone gets back to work Monday morning.
That's why I assumed. Oh my God, don't miss it. God, what if we miss our
I'm-
text?
No, there was even somebody at the gate, at the doorbell, and I was like, "Who's that?" The FedEx guy.
Oh, wow. I don't know if this is happening, you guys. We are an hour and a half in almost, and I don't think it's happening. All right, let's circle to Moses' hot topic. He was very adamant about this. What is your okay? You don't have your microphone. What's your outfit inspired by today?
So my outfit is. So I thought we have a guest today, so I was like, I wanted to look like the
We all dressed up.
the bougie husband, the ambiguous husband that nobody knows what he does, but it looks rich.
That's everything.
so specific. I like it.
That's dressed to
Okay.
impress vibes.
I like it.
So I'll be like welcoming them, because
But-
I'll be the one going out to welcome them. They're like, oh, welcome to our home.
right.
And, look very like expensive, casual.
Right, but understated. You could have put on like a Rolex or something, and you didn't. You're like, I'm going to still stay understated. I
Because
put
the
on a
really
Rolex
rich
today.
people don't.
Oh,
True.
They don't do that. They don't flaunt.
never. I never wear this, but today it's coming out because nobody will buy this either. I spent too much money on this, and
No,
nobody
but that's
wants
different.
it.
That's a personal expression because you have a pink Rolex. You know what I mean? Like they'll notice that in a way that mine will just be a generic guy's Rolex.
No, all we have is bling Rolexes. You could have put one on.
I'm definitely not wearing that.
Yeah, you look like you could be like the manager at the White Lotus or something, and I love it. I think it's so
Exactly.
great.
I could be like, welcome to the Peter's Hackman Spa. Let me show you to the podcast
Maybe he's
room.
gonna show up. Murray Bartlett, love him so much. Oh my God, he's my favorite actor ever. I wonder if he's in the new The Last of Us. Did he die in the first one?
Yeah,
I think
they
so,
both,
yeah.
They both
Oh.
did, yeah.
Oh, they
Spoiler
did.
alert, yeah.
Oh, that's sad. Why they gotta kill the gays off? That's
an
crazy.
entire episode, spoilers, but
Oh.
there was an entire episode of just the two of them
Yeah.
as a gay couple living.
That's the only episode
The
I
whole
watched
episode.
because I didn't care about the other thing, and I had no idea what was going on. But I was like, love
Didn't
them.
they like die of their own accord though? At least like they.
Yeah, in their bedroom together.
Yeah,
kind
so they
of-
didn't get
yeah.
eaten.
Wait,
Wait, to celebrate that.
First of all, who's eating who in The Last of Us?
The
Aliens?
zombies.
Oh, it's a zombie? No, absolutely not. Never. I hate zombie stuff. Like, what? Okay, so what happened? They're just like, okay, the zombies are gonna get us, so let's just go.
I think what
I
was
think
it?
one of
got
them was sick. One of them was sick, and the other one they want to stay. Kind of like Romeo and Juliet. They didn't want to, so they both together. Like
I
they
love
drank
that.
something, or
Yeah, like one of yeah. Which one got sick? Was it Murray Bartlett that got sick? Yeah, and then
Yeah.
Nick Offerman offed himself too.
Oh my God, that's so crazy. Murray Bartlett is a good actor. Every time because I think he died in Chippendales too, right?
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. But he's so good at it. He's so good. And I think in White Lotus too. Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, you're right.
He's really good
Whoa.
at a death scene.
Yeah, he serves with the death scene.
I love him. You haven't seen him in anything lately. He used to be in like everything, and I feel like he hasn't been in anything in a minute. Like he was in every single show. Like Lucas Gage too was like everywhere, and then it's just like
Lucas is in. He was just in something. He's in Smile, that movie. That's
The
coming
horror
out.
movie?
Yeah, the one where they smile and like off themselves.
yeah, I hate it. Oh my God, I don't like it. He wrote back to one of my DMs yesterday. He said something about Diet Pepsi and like loving that song, and I was like, oh my God, this is the best song ever. He's like, yeah, it slays just like you. I was like, thanks. I hadn't talked to him in so long, but I was like, let me just DM him.
You should come on.
I would love.
He's fun.
He's another one where he's almost too good looking for me to look at. You know what I
I
mean?
know.
Sometimes when someone's just like a really beautiful person, I'm just like,
Yeah,
No.
I interviewed him during his Awesomeness TV days, and I remember being like very like
oh yeah.
thrown off by him too. 'cause
Even
he-
back then, before
yeah,
he was
'cause
a big
so
star.
cute back then.
He was cute. Yeah, I know. I feel like when there's cute, plus there's talent. You know what I
and
mean?
he's like nice too. On top of it, like oh my
Forget
god,
it. Yeah, it's like, at
whole
least be or
package.
something.
Yeah, something has to be off. But he's like sweet, beautiful,
Ah.
talented. It's too much.
I'm yeah. And during the divorce, he got me for sure. I used to love Chris Appleton. Not to say they said it was mutual, whatever. But I stopped following him. That's all I'm saying. I was like, I'm
You
gonna
chose
go.
a side just to be safe, yeah.
I'm going with Lucas. You
Me
know.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
always. So it's fine. Chris Appleton has the Kardashians. Maybe, although he hasn't been on there lately. Maybe he doesn't want to be on anymore after that whole wedding fiasco debacle.
Isn't he with someone else now too?
Oh, he is. I thought that you know. You know so much. You actually do. You're so smart.
Well, the problem is I see so many like headlines in passing that I like
Oh, right.
forget what is like.
Wait, did you do the edit on E.T.? God, there was one, and I really thought I really loved it. I was like, "This is you." God, what was it? It was something we talked. Oh, This Is Us. Did you do the one where he talks about Blake Lively wanting to direct?
Oh, it ends with us.
Oh yeah, what did I say?
This Is Us.
Oh.
Which is the series starring Mandy Moore.
I have a bone to pick with that series too. I know it's old. I've never
One
seen
day,
it.
one episode we will be current, but today is not the day.
This is us. I loved it because I really I've never seen the show. I never watched the show, but I love that they had Chrissy Metz in it. And you guys know, I love when there's not a size 0 playing a lead character. I think that's so great because it's gives me hope, right? But then I was watching clips of her character on This Is Us, and I'm they really made her out to be kind of awful. Why did they make the big one the bigger girl so mean? She was about the husband that was concerned about what the kids were eating, and she goes, "What? You're scared they're gonna be fat like me?" I'm why did they make the character so aggressive? It was so weird, and everything was about the size and stuff like that. I just hated it so much, so much. I was finally someone that's just part of an ensemble lead actress, and it has to be about angry about people calling her fat when they're not.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the one scene I saw, but it really made me mad.
I've never seen it.
Oh, you never seen the show?
Oh,
okay.
I did go to that set once to interview them. Ironically, yeah.
What? Were you on camera?
It was Mandy. No, it was off camera. Mandy Moore and oh my god, why am I forgetting his name? Milo Ventimiglia.
Oh my god.
And I love Mandy's always so nice. Milo was also really nice too. He was like, "Wow, I like your shirt." He's like, "Where'd you get it?" I was like, "Kohl's." And he loved that I shopped at Kohl's. I remember that
Kohl's is a slay for
so
sure.
specifically.
Wait, was that Universal? Where was it?
Universal, yeah.
We're manifesting a Universal show. We keep talking about the Universal a lot. We need to get on it. Lopez versus Lopez. I know you should shoot there. Please let me on. You're doing season 3. We'd love to see it. I need to get my 23andMe back. I really do feel
Oh, yeah, I haven't got it
you know
back
what I mean? No, a couple weeks still. We never got to
Oh, yeah, Moses, your hot topic.
Breakdancer. Take it away, Moses.
I think that and I guess will be something we'll keep circling back to throughout the episode.
We should have led the show with this. You were excited about this hot topic. His 2 hot topics.
It is a good, everyone's talking about Raygun.
Which one is better? Because he gave me 2 this morning. He's like, don't forget, we got to talk about Breakdancer and the Patreon.
The Patreon was more, we need to inform because I know they're going to come with the questions.
Oh, yeah.
Because it was
No,
trending.
but you told me it was a hot topic this morning. You're like,
Yeah,
don't forget the 2 hot topics.
it's
You're
trending.
Patreon and Breakdancer. Which one do you think is a better hot topic?
Well, we covered Patreon already.
Yeah,
No,
but
which one is the
what I
leading
meant
story?
was more this is the 2 things I want to talk about today. So I was just telling you ahead of time. These are the 2.
We can always lead it too, but
topics.
I do appreciate it. Yes.
But I know what you mean. The Patreon is not a hot topic.
You did say it was a
even though
hot topic.
It's an important alert, a news message alert.
Yeah.
This is an
'Cause
important message.
I know. I see the comments.
I agree.
We get so
I
many
love you.
questions in the comments about Patreon. Can we do this? Can we do that? So I just know we're gonna get bombarded
Yeah.
with questions about this.
And it was not a Just Trish initiative. It is an Apple initiative.
Exactly. No, it's wild. That is annoying.
It was beautiful. The call with Patreon because they're like everyone are asking us about your Patreon, the Just Trish
Wow.
Patreon.
Yeah.
Because nobody's doing what we're doing, and they don't know how we even do it. The signing and the sending. And
Oh, really?
all
Wow,
Because
we're
everyone
so
else
innovative.
does generic stuff and automated stuff, and everything.
Right.
I was like, everything is here at our house. We make it.
We're not giving you a file to print out on your own accord. We're sending it to you. Because Etsy's like that. I'll see something I really like decorations, and they're like,
Yes,
oh, here's the
it's
PDF.
a file, and you
yeah.
have to go print it out like a Walgreens or
No,
something.
send it to me in the mail so I can just hang it up. I don't want to print. I hate printing. Do you know this about me? I know you know. I'd never owned a printer. I hate
I do
printing.
know that about. I've learned
Yeah.
that about you right away. I was
don't
like,
have
"Oh, can you
printing.
guys print this out over
Oh,
there?"
yeah.
You're like, "No."
No. I hate printing. Never printed. I've always gone to FedEx if I have to print something. But you don't need to print anything. Back in the day when I first moved to LA, you had to print MapQuest. So I'd go to FedEx and print
Yes.
it. Hate printing. It's so annoying. Changing the ink cartridge, getting paper. It never connects right. It just is so annoying.
Even
I guess.
in her old house before we moved together, I would be
Oh, yeah.
going trying to figure out and print stuff for her.
He would print it at his house. I'm like, can you print this out? And then if he couldn't, then I'm like, can you go to FedEx and print it? But you printed out my list the other day because I was doing my ASMR. I was like, can you print this out? I just hate printers. I hate printing things. Yeah, it's annoying. But anyways, back to shout out to our patrons. Yes, I love that. I love that we love sending the stuff out in the mail for you. It's really, really fun. My sister comes over and stuffs it. My mom's stuffing it, and they got a little Hawking bag that they take to the post office, and the postal person's like, "What's all this stuff?" Every month they ask, "What's all this?" Same thing. It's another headshot. You know what I mean? But we love to see it.
Well, it could be
They
a
should tell
planner
them.
or something
Yeah.
too in their defense.
That's true. We didn't have a notebook in there. No, we're always we're coming
A
up with
keychain.
Yeah, the keychain
you
was
never
kind of-
know what it could be in their defense.
lock of hair. Okay, breakdancer at the Olympics.
Take it away.
I feel like that TikTok where everyone are like, yay, yay, and they're like, oh.
Oh my god, I hate that one where they do it to little kids. Is show me the money or give me the money,
yeah.
and they do it to little kids. I was like, that's literally child abuse. What? You're making them feel so bad. They don't. God, stop doing that. That is one thing that I hate when people use their children for content is when they make them look feel embarrassed or something. That's literally so detrimental. Don't care what age, even before 1, it can be detrimental. You guys are so weird. Stop doing that. No one even cares. You're getting paid nothing for it. No one cares. Everyone thinks you're weird parents. Stop it.
Yeah,
That's my
remember
biggest.
the one with the egg?
Oh,
The-
that
the-
was really
that trend was
crazy.
crazy.
They're like, let's, and they're so, I can't. Like, honestly, those kids should be taken away. Like, that's actually insane. That's actually, like, abuse. It is. Like, you're really embarrassing your child for, like, some views. Like, you're insane. You're actually insane. All right.
Take it away.
Anyway, back to
No, wait. First of all, you sent it to me. First of all, you sent it on Twitter. You tweeted it to me or, like, sent it in a message. You two are the only one who direct messaged me on Twitter. It's either Oscar or Moses sending me something. I like it. But you sent it to me. What was it like? It had something to do with JoJo. Wasn't there, like, a JoJo tie-in or no?
Oh,
Was it-
yes, because she did. It was like something about her dance too, because her dance in like the Access Hollywood stage. or
Okay,
whatever.
so maybe that's what it
Yes.
was. It's like
Yeah.
JoJo at the Olympics or something.
Yeah.
So I was, first of all, I just thought it was like fake anyways. First of all, okay, so there's really a breakdancing category at the Olympics.
Yes.
Well, first time. It's the first time they have breakdance category.
And how are they
And
judging?
it might also be the last time.
Why? People didn't like it? First of all, it's kind of a slay.
I mean,
It is
I
kind
like
of a
it,
sweat,
yeah.
this is, it's one of those things, like the Olympics went viral for something they don't want to be viral for, which is
Really?
the Australian dancers. So it's kind of weird.
Why don't they want to be viral for it? Because it was kind of like silly and fun and lighthearted. It kind of like broke up the mood of the weekend. You know what I mean? Like,
It is. I mean, every time I think about it, it makes me laugh. But
well, that's all that matters, really.
she didn't even get points. They gave her 0 points, the Australian dancer.
Wait, what do you mean? They said gave her zeros across the
'Cause
board?
she was that bad.
Yeah, they gave her 0 points, and they said that the Olympic Committee called her to check on her mental health
How did she even get there, though?
because
She
well,
qualified.
in Australia she was the best one.
Aw.
They,
Poor Australia.
Now, aside of that, she has a PhD in breakdancing.
She teaches
She's
college
a
classes
teacher.
on it.
So this is like the modern day. You remember? I think her name is Dina. You remember the original teacher? Okay, this is how you break dance.
What?
That one. Don't you remember her?
He looks at you like you're supposed to know. He knows I don't know.
Guys,
Like, what?
everyone knows this.
Straight ahead. You want to do that. You want to turn your feet out. And then
Okay.
do it backwards. Look, I want to tell you another thing that
You
makes
know
me
this one.
uncomfortable.
What? Oh my god. How do you not know?
Okay.
Just tell me all the time. Stand up
this
straight.
Dina?
Stand up straight. Well, you know what?
Dina?
Yeah,
Is
Dina.
that her?
It's this.
Okay, this is what hip hop. This is
three,
hip hop.
4, hit. And The more
We got
relaxed
to
you
Dina.
are-
Now, so you're saying she's like
This is history. This is our
your
modern day.
timeline. Like, what is on your For You page?
Well, I saved a few things for today.
Oh my
Did
god, I
you?
love it.
Love. Okay, that's actually so cute. I didn't know this meant that much to you, truly. I wouldn't have like made fun of you. I thought that was like just a random thing you sent me.
No,
I love that you love this and it brings you
It
joy.
was
That makes
really
me so
funny.
happy. Okay.
So anyway, so that was the
So
breakdancer ray
But
gun.
like I'm so confused. So like there's an actual category where people were good. She
Japan-
gets all
Japan-
zeros.
She gets all zeros, but all the fame. Japan
Yeah,
won
you
number
don't hear
one.
about anyone else.
That's
No.
very true. I think that too. It's like sometimes the notoriety is all that matters. And if you have a passion for it, like who cares? I love that. That gives me hope because I truly think I could sing at the Olympics one day. You know what I mean? Like I could also sing the Star Spangled Banner because it's like maybe I'm not the greatest, but if you have passion, who said that? Remember recently I said some celebrity said that. They're like,
Someone told Ben Platt told you that about singing. Oh no, Ben Platt's Noah Galvin.
that's right.
Yeah.
Noah Galvin told me. I was like, I wish I could be like you guys and be a good singer. I just can't sing. And they're like, it's all about the passion. And I'm like,
Yeah.
it is. It's if you have the passion, that's where it's at. So it does give me hope that I too could be on Broadway or sing the Star Spangled Banner. I love that she made it there. I do, honestly. Like that's kind of tea, right? It's like when I used to work at the strip club. I had auditioned at all the fancy ones, like Spearmint Rhino. I went to Vegas. I went here in LA. None of them would hire me because the girls all were like perfect 10s with skinny bodies and big fake boobs. I didn't have fake boobs back then. So then I go to the ones that are like a 1-star rated strip club. And guess what? I was the best looking one there and I made the most tips. And sometimes it's all about being the biggest fish in a little pond. You know what I mean? Like just stay in your little pond and be the big fish. You know
And
what I
she
mean?
was in Australia. She was the big fish.
Which made her get to the Olympics, which is
Exactly.
like, that's the story. It's like tortoise in the hare. It's like she finally did make it. And I think that too. I'm like, where can I don't know what my equivalent of that is, like Broadway equivalent. Like if I guess I could go to Broadway if I like won a competition here in this room or something, right? Like who is the best performer of
Right,
us?
yes.
Maybe I'd win. I don't know. Maybe Oscar could win, but
I don't know. Moses is breakdancing was pretty good.
In breakdancing, I will win. Yes.
we should do a breakdancing competition. That would be wild. It would give me very much like Jamie Kennedy, Malibu's Most Wanted. That would be kind of funny. Yeah, I admire someone. I like the fact that she made the Olympics. That's what's crazy though, because it's like, every country needs someone to be in the Olympics. Like, why could they just have said nobody? Like, I don't understand that. Rather than like humiliate her. Obviously, did she say
No, I
anything?
don't think-
She's
I mean-
fine. She's fine. She's chilling.
I'm sure she's okay. I mean, they're still checking, you know. But
She said, yeah, I think she did say, talk to ESPN. She said, also for the lore too, I learned that I did research a little bit about this too, because
I
this is
love
kind
it.
of camp. But like her whole thing too, she wanted to be like, when she was practicing in Australia, she was like the only woman in the room. So she's like, I want to dedicate myself to this for like women, you know, like she wants to represent for the B girls, not just the B men.
Okay. B-boys, I
B-boys,
think.
yeah.
She was the only girl in the whole Olympics?
And not in the Olympics, but when she was like learning it.
when she
like,
was
she'd be
training,
in-
where she was
yeah.
training.
Oh, maybe she was a pick-me, where she's like, I'm going to be with all the boys.
Well,
That's
her
what I would do.
boyfriend or husband, he got trained to it.
Oh, okay. That's cute. I like that. That's sweet.
Yeah, but anyway, she said after she lost, she said, I was never going to beat these girls on what they do best, their power moves. What I bring is creativity and artistry. Sometimes it speaks to the judges and sometimes it doesn't. I do my thing and it represents art. That's what it's about. I kind of live for that.
Period.
No, because
Yeah.
she did.
Yeah.
Her dance was like modern dance meets breakdance.
Yeah.
And she made her own, like, because she's from Australia, there was like a kangaroo move.
Oh, slay. I
and
love
I
that.
think that thing, every country should have their own, like, one move that represents their
love
country.
it.
What if ours
Oh
would
my
be
God.
like eating or something like,
Yeah. Do they have eating in the Olympics?
no, but they should.
Yeah, I want to go on an eating competition, not where you like eat the fastest, like where they like slide the hot dogs down their throat. I don't like that one because I can never win. But I just think they should do like who's the most aesthetically pleasing eater. You know what I mean? Like who looks the best
Who
doing
looks-
it.
yeah.
You know, I feel like I could slay so hard. My spaghetti one, the bolognese, has 1 million views on TikTok, and it's just me, eating some spaghetti, not fast, not a grotesque amount, and just eating it. And people really liked it. So I think they should have a competition for that. That'd be crazy. That'd be so cool. An eating show. I wonder why they don't have it in the Olympics. They have everything else.
I know, you might as well throw that in there.
That'd be so cool. Well, I'm so happy for her, honestly. Like you said, no one's talking about any of the other breakdancers in the Olympics, so sometimes that's the tea
And
right
I'm
there.
sure back in Australia, she's going to be a hometown hero. Like, everyone's
absolutely.
like, even though she got a 0 and she was in last place, like, she's a legend back home.
Oh, she's going to be
She-
the star of the Mackey's
Yes.
commercial.
She'll get like all the like appearances. She'll get the public appearance
Yeah.
money. Like she's
Oh,
gonna be
for sure.
set for life.
I mean, the fact that you're like an Olympic athlete is kind of everything. Like, that's insane.
That's true. It's on the resume, Olympic athlete.
Oh, God, I wish I could be. That would be so fun to be in the Olympics.
I think our time will be 2028 when they're in LA. Like I feel like
God.
we'll have something. We'll have a shot at something.
I'm going to be
And
40.
they better not cancel the breakdance now if they're coming to LA. Like,
That's
we should
true.
definitely have
The competition would be
here.
stiff, though. I don't think we could compete in the breakdancing here in LA. I don't know. Do people breakdance anymore? I don't even know.
I don't know either. I don't really see.
I feel like it's like the in 80s thing. But shout out to the break. Actually, you know who did? Allison Marie Stoner. She was a breakdancer.
Oh my god!
She could compete.
Allison Stoner needs to be in the
Yes.
Olympics.
USA all the way for her, for sure. I wonder if she
Yeah.
still does. She was so good.
She was really good.
I remember back in the day being so jealous. She was in the Miss Elliott video, and I was like, damn.
Yes.
She slayed. I
We
love
came
her.
in third place in the breakdancing. this
Really?
year.
Who was our breakdancer? Do we know?
I think Victor. A guy named Victor.
Shout out
Shout
Victor.
out Victor.
Love Victor. I like that news. That was a good hot topic, honestly. It made my day. It made me happy. And I love, like, the fact that she made that was everything. And the fact that you get all zeros also kind of slay.
Iconic.
Because who else has done that? I don't know if anyone has. And maybe, but I don't know.
I don't think ever.
That's cool.
In any category,
I love
somebody
it. I
gets
would love
zero.
to be the only person to do something in the world. I think that's actually
That
everything.
is so Just Trish code.
Oh,
to go to the
for
Olympics
sure.
with
But
all
it's
zeros.
when it's so bad that it gets good.
Yes.
I feel
That's
like
the-
that was definitely me with like my speed talking era. I like definitely just was like mumbling, slurring my like words together. But people were like, "She's the fastest talker." But I never got an award, or no one ever like solidified me. They're just like, "She's a fast talker," and I was like, I kind of scammed everybody because like I wasn't. You know what I mean? Like I remember the Guinness World Record show when they put me on the press tour, and they're like, "Is she gonna win?" And it's like, I didn't. So why am I on this tour? Like I was representing Guinness, even though I'm not in the book. You know. But I would love to try it again. That's kind of like America's Got Talent. They always have like Guinness World Record like officials come to like, clock their performance, and then they always
never get it.
They like fail so hard. Like one person just kept knocking things over. I was just like, did you even practice? Like they look so bad. I guess I don't know. America's Got Talent loves that. They love to humiliate people, I guess. But that was me too. I think it was Chapel Roan said that she auditioned in 2012 for America's Got Talent.
Really?
And they didn't pick her. But also, that was the year I was on America's Got Talent, so we could have been
That
on the
is
same season.
crazy.
Yeah. Isn't it crazy?
That crossover would have been
Insane. I know. That would have been wild if we were on the same season. But I don't know if she just like didn't get picked for their show, which is like crazy. Which always goes to show, don't take rejection. You know what I mean? Because people like reject people all the time, and they become. I think it was like, oh God, who else? Star Search. I don't think Britney Spears won.
Oh yeah.
Mickey Mouse Club, they didn't pick Jessica Simpson. She kind of became an icon. Elvis, he didn't get to be in his high school choir. They said he couldn't sing. So never give up, you know?
Jennifer Hudson lost American Idol, and I think she's probably one of the most successful American Idol people.
Literally, she got like
Right?
4th too, and I was like,
Yeah.
America,
and I
are
think
you okay?
she's an EGOT, right?
Yeah.
Isn't she EGOT? Yeah.
It does seem like she would. Yeah, I think she is.
I think she is. She
which
just
is like
got the
so
Tony.
rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is like not even Lin-Manuel got that. So she's slaying all day. I love Jennifer Hudson. I do like her show. Is her show still on?
Yeah.
Slay.
And I think it does really, really well in the ratings too, like as far as the talk shows.
I love it. I'd like to be on her
Losing is the new winning, as RuPaul says.
show. I love that. Where did he say that?
He has a song. Winning is the new. Oh, yeah. Losing is the new winning.
I love that.
They
That's so
perform
true.
it in Vegas.
Because Trixie Mattel too flopped, and now she's like the biggest drag
You're
queen.
right. But then she won All Stars, so it kind of canceled out again.
Why? I would have stuck with that. I love being like the loser that rides to the top. You know what I mean? Because I lost in Who Wants to Be a Superhero, but once they see me in Deadpool, damn,
Yeah, the
she
new-
won.
Yes. Losing is the new winning.
That would be so cool. I do love that. Yeah, I never actually, anytime I've lost, I've actually never been sad or disappointed because I'm like, I never thought I could win. Being the best at something, like, that's crazy to me. Like, to be like, you actually are superior in this, like, never. Any other Olympic news? Well, I thought I had Olympic news, but maybe I
I'm
didn't.
kind of glad that it's over. I think it goes on for a really long time. Like, was it 2 weeks or 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
It seemed like it was only 2 weeks.
2.
It feels longer, but I don't know. I'm kind of glad it's over. It's hard to keep up because it's just on all day. So it's like you just
Yeah.
wake up to so many updates. You're like, I don't know how to.
That's why I like TikTok. They give me the highlights, the best
Yeah.
of what I missed. I know. I wanted to end. I'm glad it's over because America's Got Talent took a 2-week break while it was gone, and it was so annoying. They're like, "We'll be back after the Olympics." I'm like, "Why can't you just air at the same time? Like, it takes an hour of the day. It doesn't take like." It was such a weird thing, and I do love America's Got
The
Talent.
closing ceremony was as controversial as the opening one.
What was the
And-
closing ceremony? I didn't even see that.
Yeah,
Was that?
it was
Tom
just like,
Cruise.
Yeah, he.
what? Oh, I didn't see.
What?
Yeah, he jumped off a building. It was like the handoff to like Paris to LA. So like Billie Eilish performed. It was like a lot of like LA things. Snoop Dogg performed.
Snoop Dogg's
And
very
then
LA.
Tom Cruise, very like Lady Gaga at the Super Bowl, you know, when she like felt like propelled down.
Yeah, that's what he did.
It's very that, yeah. And then he like went on a motorcycle, which is, I think he copied Lana Del Rey at Coachella, because then he went on a motorcycle and then like was driving it with the flag or something. I don't know.
It's also very Drew from Emergency Intercom.
You're so
Yeah.
right.
And it came in the Mission Impossible
Yeah.
way. So I think he's like, wow, it did good for him. I'm going to
Yeah,
do
let me
this
go
too.
with that.
Yeah.
Which also, I remember Emergency Intercom beef, because remember how I was like, oh, I don't know if Kai, who was the third co-host, is friends
Right.
with Dua Lipa. I was right. And I apologized in case I was wrong, but I was actually right. So I rescind
Oh.
my apology. Even though Kai they all responded to us
I
talking.
saw it.
Yes. And Kai was like, oh, no, that's not me, the friendship in question. No, I went back and found the TikTok I saw, which Dua Lipa is at a club, like just, you know, in the wild, partying in
Yeah.
the club, and Kai is in the background. I knew I saw it somewhere. You know when you consume so much media that you forget, like, what
But
you
like, are
actually
they friends
consume?
or he was just there?
They were, like, in the section together. Like, he was
Well, like
right...
that's not confirmed. I think he said that like he didn't know, or he was just like in the same room as her.
I think people have brought up a couple videos of him,
Oh.
like, in
Yeah.
vicinity of Dua Lipa. And I feel like it's not like a Harry Daniels, you're in there once, you know what I mean?
Right,
like,
right.
Once, okay, but a couple times.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know, I believe him. It's like Trisha. So many people claim to be her friend.
that is true. Jojo. Can we clarify again, like once and for all? Because I saw people like, oh yeah, she collabed with her all the time. One time, I'm in the same ponytail. Okay, one time I went over there, and it's like her parents like were home with a collab. This is the time where I'm friends with David, right? David's collabing with everyone. Jake Paul is calling me to collab. We go to Jake Paul's house. You know, Jeffree Star, whatever, Jojo, whatever. So I was like, okay, it was like David, another person from David's group, and then like me and like all stuff like that. And I've said it so many times. I'm like, okay, it was like kind of like just like, okay, this is like she was like 15 or something. Like, it is kind of like weird. It was a collab. We like ate pizza or something like that. But it's like, and yeah, it just was like weird, you know, about it. But we're never, that's it. We never hung out after, ever. I've never hung out personally, never chatted with her on the phone, sent her text, nothing. And that's not like a diss at her. Like, she's a 15-year-old. Like, that would be so weird. To, you know, at the time, it was like, okay, collabing with someone that's like really popular. She also said, I guess we found out later that I was using her. To clarify, wasn't using. Again, everyone wanted to collab with me because I was friends with David at the time. So wherever I went, David went because I was in his vlogs a lot. So, which is what ended up happening with JoJo. She was like in his vlog. She ended up inviting this other guy that we were with to like her New Year's Eve, which I got invited to too. But I was like, no, that's weird because like she's 15. Why would I want to have New Year's Eve? That person ended up going with her to New Year's Eve, which is fine. Whatever. Do whatever. But anyways, it was a whole fiasco. But I was never friends, because people are like, oh, Trisha always says about being friends. I was like, I never was. You know, I guess my definition of friendship is different. Like, if I meet someone once, they're not my friend. If they're on the podcast, they're not my friend. And I'm very clear about it with people on my podcast. Like, let's hang out. I'm like, it's not going to happen because not because of you, because I'm weird, I get anxiety, all of this stuff. But specifically, if you are a young person, I'm definitely not going to befriend you. But, damn. But Jojo did call me an icon, so we love her again. She did say, Trisha Paytas, you're an icon. Why are you talking about me? Because, girl, you're an icon too. Icons talking about icons. That's what we do over here. So I kind of loved it. Again, I didn't see the clip. This is all, I either saw it on TikTok or Oscar also told me that she called me an icon, and I was like, I kind of live for this. So
Yeah, and I'm glad I didn't hear the full thing before we talked about last time, because I love talking about it unseriously. I think if I heard the whole thing, I'd be more annoyed about it. But
really? Because why?
Because like
you heard it?
Mm-hmm.
Because the whole thing is like,
I
like I don't understand why she would come to me. Like, why are you gonna talk about me? Blah blah blah. Like, you do everything you do to be talked about. So, like, obviously, if we didn't talk about you, you'd be more annoyed. Like, if you were stomping on the floor dancing and then no one talked about it, you'd be like, damn, why is no one talking about it? Like, you want us to talk about you, so why are you saying that we're using you when it's like you want attention, we're giving you attention, it gives us something to talk about, you get talked about. It's a mutual like thing, you know. Same with collabs in general.
Right. And I think she's like, I don't know why she doesn't like me, or what did she say? She has a reason she doesn't like me or something.
Yeah.
And I feel like I made that always very clear. Yes. I feel like I definitely don't dislike JoJo at all. I've always been team JoJo. Like, I do think you got like emotionally or verbally abused as a child on Dance Moms. I do think it's weird when you defend people and say it's all lies when it's clearly not. Like, that's it. Like, that's it. That's my issue. Everything else is like, whatever. I always said your song was a slay. I always said everything. Still love JoJo. I still stand by it. Thank you for calling me an icon. I love it. I hate that she thinks she's like so angry at me, and I feel bad for her. I truly feel bad because I said this to you at the Erewhon parking lot. I was like, I kind of feel bad because I do understand, like, because she said something, right, like my 14-year-old like self would be so sad that she's on my list, and it's like, I get it, right, because if you're, which I say this with so much humility, like, if you were a fan, which is like so cool, so iconic, it's like, that does suck then to have, you think someone doesn't like you. So she's definitely not hearing what I'm saying, so I just like to reiterate it again. It's like you defending Colleen, saying everybody's lying about her when it's clearly not. She clearly said she sent nudes of me unsolicited to someone because she was a coward. It's out there. It's proof. She emailed me. Like, and then you say everyone's lying. That like hurts people, victims. You know what I mean? So it's like, that sucks. And I reiterate that because, again, I think she's missing the point, or she doesn't comprehend why people were upset with her for that. So that's why we just got to reiterate it. But girl, I love you. I think you're an icon. I think you're great. And
we love lesbians.
We love
all
lesbians.
No matter
yes.
who.
Oh my God. I can't wait for my Rosie O'Donnell cosplay. I got one coming. Oh, it's good. And it's not the Rosie you think. It's a cool Rosie, and I cannot wait for it. I got the t-shirt coming. Like, Rosie was kind of just Trish coded, although a little bit mean to like the girly. Mariah Carey was on, and she did call her like she said she had a trampy outfit on. I was like, okay, girl, like a little wild, but it was the 90s, and you know, but yeah, I love her. I love her. And the offer still stands. Rainbow Birkin for you to sit here. And by the way, no one gets an edit. I won't get an edit. You don't get an edit. Like, we just put it up raw. We can piece the pieces together. What's that called? Splitting them or conjoining them, whatever that is. But other than that, raw. I just want a raw, real conversation. And I don't think that's bad. I think she would like appreciate it. She says that, you know, she's all those interviews, like the Howie Mandel one. Like, nobody rewatched that for sure. It was like, make an edit. She does not care about an edit, but I feel like she should maybe. But I love her, and I would never, ever. And yeah, like, I think collabs too were never like a user thing. I think everyone used for the audience. But to say I used you, I was like, okay, well, I was friends with David, who was quite popular at the time, and so was like,
it's like a mutual, it's like a business exchange almost.
Totally,
like all,
yeah.
Not just like all collabs in general. Like, people collab with people who, I don't know, they're not friends in like day-to-day life, but it's like a colleague kind of thing, you know. I feel like that's pretty obvious to most people, but I guess also she was young, so maybe she thought it was more, you know.
Maybe. And I think like using someone is just like constantly like, is like, oh, they're always in your thumbnail, they're always this, but then you're not friends with them, you're not this or whatever, or you're a full grown adult, like just befriending a child because you know it's going to benefit you and help sell tickets. So, anyways. I love JoJo. I'm going to say that over and over again. I truly love JoJo Siwa. I've always stood by you. I always think you're cool, and I think just, I'm like, as like a older sister figure, I just like to point out when, you know, things you don't realize. I like when people point out things I don't realize. And maybe, JoJo, you can point out things I don't realize. You haven't yet, but when you do, I will listen. For sure, you know? And we love her. And you are an icon, girl. Why do you care what I say? I always say that. That's why I say she's like low-key, I think, a fan. Because I've always said that, like, about Rachel Ziegler. I'm like, you're Rachel Ziegler. Like, why do you care what I have to say? But also, clock it. Love Rachel Ziegler. Dream guest. She's a dream guest for sure.
Yes.
We love her.
Did you DM her?
I did.
Oh,
I did.
yay.
I have not She has not seen it or checked it. I love her though. I did DM her. Who else did I DM? I DM someone else.
Barbie?
Yes, Barbie.
Barbie Ferreira.
I love her so much. But I think she's like working on a project. She slays. She gets so much like
Engagement.
Yeah. So much engagement. Like the reason I say that is because like if someone has low engagement, I'm like maybe they could come on. But when I see the engagement, I'm like, oh, there's no chance she's gonna want to come on. But I love her so much too. So love it. Love all of it. Jojo. I think Jojo could be a Disney princess, and I think that would be such a slay for sure. It's like they haven't had like a Disney princess. You know what I mean? Like Jojo. I just think she's so outgoing. So just. I don't know. Iconic.
Well, she would have to play a character, no? Or was it
a Disney princess?
But she would be
like Tangled or something. Yeah.
Oh, you mean live action?
Yeah.
I see. I thought you meant like they were gonna make a JoJo Disney princess.
Oh, that would slay. That would slay. And then she is so lesbian. You know what I mean? That would be the first lesbian Disney princess. I think that would be iconic. No, but I say that in the sense that she loves to be the first lesbian like dancer on Dancing with the Stars. You know, as far as like dancing with the same sex partner.
Lesbian singer.
Lesbian
pop star. Yeah.
She's the first gay icon. In my eyes, you are. You are my first gay pop icon. I love you, Jojo. And I think that'd be great. I love her. I do. I have a soft spot for her. And that's why I just want to hit home the points that I wanted to make. I'll never be like a friend because, you know, obviously our age difference, but I can always be a confidant in a non-manipulative way.
I still love the fact that you're banned from the Jojo Siwa Now podcast.
Maybe I'll be unbanned. I can't find any place to listen to it or watch it. I can't find the video of it, but I released the video. I want to see it, and then maybe I'll watch it because I can't find it. I was like looking, and I can't find it. I love someone who does a podcast for 20 minutes because honestly... The minimal effort with the most money. You know she's getting banged for that buck for sure. You know what I mean? I love it. I love when people, we talked about this too when they do I think it was David Dobrik with his podcast. It would always be like 40 minutes. Like the absolute minimum you could do. And it was just like pieces, like 5-minute stories placed together. I was like, love that. It's kind of everything. No Mr. Beast. Scared of Mr. Beast, by the way, everybody. We're scared. I officially withdraw my hat.
Yeah, we've withdrawn from the Mr. Beast coverage because he is scary.
He's sending out PIs.
We're not like too coward. Like I don't know. It takes boldness and bravery to admit that, and I at least admire us for admitting that we are afraid of Mr. Beast.
We're afraid of you. We love the chocolate.
We do love the chocolate. Like genuinely love the chocolate. Keep us on the Feastables, or Moses actually on the Feastables PR list.
Was he the one that got
yes,
you? Got
the
oh, okay, love that. Yeah, everything else I'm scared, but more power to the people who have truth, want to speak it. I don't know what the truth is, but whatever your truth is. I just see too many hell, and there's so much to consume, and we're just like not journalists at the end of the day, and I just can't like. I can't get all of it together.
All the angles, all the sides of the story.
I don't think our audience is that into it. Like it's not.
Doesn't do well.
It's oversaturated. Every time I open something, there's a new thing that happened with.
Yeah, that's true. If they're I don't think we put them in the thumbnail a couple times. People don't care. They want Brittany Broski. They want Tana Mojo. We know our audience.
They want Ray Gunn.
Ray Gunn is in this.
The thumbnail.
Put that. That'll be our excited podcast. Actually, that's what we should do. You should have a hot topics and for our patrons, all Moses. Didn't you do that one time with the thumbnail?
Yeah, Moses' topics.
Yeah, that's cute.
We need that again.
I like it. You could talk about all your water, which he truly does love water. Because I remember we were talking about it on our walk, and he's like, "Yeah, I really like water." I was like, right? And he says, because I was like, "Why do you always have to harp on him for being water pool or something like that?" And I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I wasn't saying it in a mean way. I was saying it as like, "No, you have to be something else besides water." But you know what? That's your brand, and we're gonna stick to it for sure. You can be water pool all day long.
Cool pool.
Cool pool is a good one.
Cool pool.
I like it. Why is this light blocking you today?
Because your chair was like in the middle.
For the two.
And
we're waiting for the guest.
Like everything shifted a bit.
Damn, in my heart of hearts, I kind of was like, this is not going to happen, but I still prepped in case.
Yeah, you kind of have to, right?
Yeah.
It's better to be over-prepared than under-prepared.
Definitely. It's like if you're going on a date, right, and you like don't want to eat a lot of food, you clean out all the holes, and you're just like, damn, it didn't show up, and you're like, I really starved myself for this, you know what I mean?
They're probably having lunch right now themselves.
Okay, you're right.
On
They
the way.
still could be on their way.
They could be on their way.
Erewhon right now.
I'm so sad they never even like replied back to me.
That's the best part.
There's 7 people on our group chat.
Well, that's the problem. There's so many. Everyone thinks somebody else is gonna.
Yeah,
who's
like, oh,
gonna
wait.
tell her?
Yeah.
I
No,
know.
you tell her.
I know. I'm gonna text them. I'm gonna be like, hey, so who was it? I just want to know. Like, that's all I really want to know.
Oh my god.
Like,
that's
is
so
it
funny.
someone big, you know, or I don't know. I want to
Well,
know.
you can tell them also we're filming another one this week, so
He's leaving on
before-
Wednesday for New
On
York.
We'll film tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, I would for sure, 100%. The babies will have to stay in here, but that's fine. We can bring them down. Speaking of babies, I've Had It Ladies had a good take. I love I've Had It Ladies now. I've come full circle with them.
I
Love
am
them.
gagged.
They're everything.
It's like Rachel Ziegler and the I've Had It Ladies.
Yeah.
It's been a 180.
At 180. I've Had It
Yes.
Ladies are kind of my everything now. I want to go on their podcast. I think they had Zayn and Heath on their show.
No way.
Yeah, I want to say they
They had
did.
Kamala Harris and then Zayn and Heath.
They had Kamala Harris.
Yeah, it was when during her vice presidency, I think. It wasn't like
What?
during the presidency run, but like, yeah. They had Kamala Harris.
Oh my God, jeez, are they? Who are they? Are they like connected?
I think they're just really popular.
Oh my God, really? I had good for them. I love it. And again, I love and I don't mean this in a shady way. Like I do love seeing like older women just like be so fierce because it's like obviously God willing I become an older woman. And it's like, I love to see it. Like I love like looking at Jane Fonda. I love looking at people that like are just killing it and they kill it. And I love that they're like podcasters and I'm sure they're like a little older than me and I just like absolutely love that. So I love them now. And they were talking about babies, people who post their babies with the emoji over their faces.
I saw that clip.
Oh my God. We talked about this before. I think we talked about people doing this. It is, and I love, and they had such a good, you know what? They're too real. I think that's why I didn't like them at first. They were too real for me. I didn't want to hear what they had to say. I was like, no, I don't want a mirror held to my face. But I agree with this one, and I've never put an emoji over my baby's face because, like they kind of said, the sentiment in all the comments is like, why do you have to post it? Like, just don't post your kid if you don't want their face to be seen. Is there an argument? Let's say we're in the high school debate team, and you have to take the side of the baby
Ooh.
emoji. What is your argument
I
that?
don't know. Maybe because like obviously I really don't know. I'm open to hearing the other side
Me
for
too.
sure.
I want to know. I need to know.
Yeah, I'm open to hearing the other side. I've also thought similar. I was like, because if you cover the baby, so you just want people to know you have a baby, but then you cover the. Can you just say? I don't know. I don't get it, but
I don't either. Like,
I don't get it, but I'm open to hearing about it. I
same.
guess.
Leave it
Yeah.
in the comments because I think like, yeah, so then you're just saying, okay, yeah, I guess to show like I'm spending time with my kid. But also
then
like,
just
but why do you
don't-
care if
yeah.
people, you know what I mean? Or it's also like you're just covering the face. So then you're just showing like their body, which is also, I feel like an invasion. If the whole thing, right, is like they think it's an invasion of privacy or the child can't consent. So you're also showing like their body out there. Not like obviously in a sexual way, but just like putting, you know, them out there. So it's kind of like an odd thing to me. And then I think the emojis just make it a little bit more like,
it's like that smiley horror film. That's what it makes me think about. It looks like something part of a horror film.
yeah, it does look a little bit like a missing child or something like that. You know what I mean? Like it looks like, why are you hiding this? Like, you know, if someone were to like abduct a child and then they put that over because they don't want someone like I don't know. I think unless you're like literally Michael Jackson, but even when Michael Jackson did it with his kids and put masks over their face in public, people still thought it was weird. But I was like, I guess it's Michael Jackson. He's thinking like he doesn't want people to like kidnap his kids or something like that. But it's also like, and granted, he has to go in public with his kids, so I guess I could understand that. But you don't have to post your child on social media, so that's what's kind of weird to me. And I see it all the
Me
time.
too. I see it a lot too, and it's like, yeah, I don't know, like. I don't know. My sister-in-law is pretty good about it. Like my brother and my sister-in-law, like she doesn't like posting her kids either, but she doesn't post.
Don't
them.
post,
Yeah,
yeah.
she doesn't do the emoji thing. She
That's
just
how
doesn't.
I feel. Because even like as they get older, you know, I do sometimes like maybe I don't want to. I don't know. You just kind of think like maybe I don't want to post them that much. I don't know. You go back and forth, but then yeah, you just don't post.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I've never understood it because it's like, like you said, or you just want to show that you're spending time with your baby, but it's not like
no
you
one's
have to
questioning
prove
it.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, no one's like wondering.
Or if you're just like really, I don't know, maybe they're just really excited, but also like don't want to post their baby, but they want to share how excited they are for the. I don't know. I think
at that point, just get off. Just don't post anything because it is one of those things. It's kind of I don't know, but I love their take on it. I thought
know.
it was
Kudos
good.
to that because I would never have the balls to be like, I can't stand if you do this. You know, like
I
I'd
love
be
that.
scared. I'd be like, I don't want to
Same.
say that.
I love when people say stuff with conviction because I'm too scared to anymore. I used to say everything with my full chest.
And they got you. Well,
they're
the
like-
one day you were channeling the I've Had It ladies was when you, that was the
and
last
everyone's
time.
Just, everyone's like, stop. This is too much. Why are you so aggressive? You're so mean about everything. I was like, you're right. Stop. I don't know. I'm a fence rider proudly. I like to go on both sides. Everyone's like, I hate when people take both sides. Always both sides. Like, I see both sides, love both sides.
I think it's good to be able to see both sides. There's some things where I'm like a firm stance.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like I'll say it, but when I feel it, but a lot of the things, especially like I am not a parent, so it's hard for me to be like, why do you know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
well, once I get there, I'll have like the experience, you know what I mean? Until
Yeah.
I've had that like personal experience with it, I feel like I can't have
Yeah.
a hard stance.
I just don't understand it because most people who do it too are very much like, keep your kids offline. Okay, so don't post your kids online.
You know what I was
You're
thinking?
doing that.
It's the shaming thing is so odd to me because then I think of like, okay, child actors, baby actors. I was thinking about this.
Yeah.
It'll lead into It Ends With Us, but there's like baby actors in it, like newborn actors, and I'm like, how does this happen? And no one has a problem with these baby actors. I feel like this is worse than like people posting their babies because at least it's their own babies.
Right, but the baby actors are just like,
They can't consent to acting and It Ends With Us, you know?
Wait, you're so right. Because is it a real baby she's holding?
I think so. It's not like Twilight with like the CGI baby. It was like they're real babies and like real like newborns in there.
Oh my God, that is weird too. I always think about that too when you see, even if there are a few months or whatever like that, because usually when they come out, they look like a 3-month-old baby or something like that.
Yeah.
But even 3 months is crazy because we have a 2-month-old baby. I couldn't imagine just being like, here, like
Abuse
after
my
the scene with
baby,
Blake
yeah.
Lively and have them cry about like if one day you get abused or something. Like it's like so crazy. It's like, and then this child is there feeling like some sort of like a trauma dump on them because the actress is crying and stuff like it's like that's like a lot. I feel for even a baby to feel. I don't know. I wouldn't want like some person holding my baby like sobbing. You know?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking the whole time. I was like, wait, why does some people get so upset that people just like share their like family or whatever? But I feel like this is a little bit crazy, and no one ever says anything like, oh, ban infant actors, you know? But I'm like, isn't this more of a pressing issue than?
Yeah, they could get those real looking baby dolls and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they did it in post, but it looked like a real baby to me. All the little babies.
Yeah, sometimes the inserts are like the real babies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is interesting. That's a good. Yeah, that is good. I know people get so mad about people posting their own baby. It is a weird thing. I mean, the internet in general is a weird thing to navigate, but like, I don't know. The emoji things are crazy. So I like that. I've had it, ladies. I love you. I would love to be on your podcast. I know I'm not Kamala Harris or Zayn and Heath, but I like you. And I was a former hater because I couldn't take the realness. You were too real for me. And I mean that. I think I was so
I
scared.
love that you can admit it.
I'm in my self-aware era, that's for sure. And thanks to you, I feel like I can, like the misogyny, all this stuff. I was like the internal misogyny. I was like, you know what? I can feel it too. Because I even said that to Erewhon when we deciphered that it was a he coming. I'm like, low-key excited though, because granted a lot of the ones I'm obsessed with are gay, but it's still exciting to me, you know what I mean? I was like, yes, but I love the girlies too. If Rachel Ziegler came on, I'd be just as excited. I'd be like so happy.
I think Rachel Ziegler is my dream guest, but like even at ET, because when they asked me to like who did you get most excited about, I was like, I think Rachel Ziegler.
Really?
I really do think. I
would too.
Her like big beautiful brown eyes, the way that she looks at people, like anytime she does an interview, she goes like she just has the big brown eyes and she has such like sweet smile and she looks like a freaking like a doe, like a deer.
Gorge.
And I'm like, oh my god.
I know.
I love her and the way she talks is so sweet. I DM her all the time. I'm like you with the weekend. I'm like one day she'll see it.
One day
she'll say thank you for the support. Praying emoji.
I would live for that. I would cry if Rachel like ever DMs me. I love her. There are so many female girls I love. Addison, Rachel. Like there's so many that I would love to have on the podcast. So one day
we'll get there. Yeah. I believe.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Should we get into It Ends With Us? Because I've been so excited. I literally, first of all, I had to see the movie twice because the first time I fell asleep, me and my boyfriend actually fell asleep the first time.
You saw it twice?
Well, I fell asleep really early on and I was like so upset. I was like, I have to see this for work. So I had to go back and see it. I tried to see it Saturday, fell asleep, went back Sunday to go see it. Because also my boyfriend would only go if I bought him a drink because he really didn't want to see it. So then anyway, he got too drunk, he fell asleep, and then I fell asleep because it's staying up past. It's a 2-hour plus movie. So
why is it so long?
That's a good question.
Does it need to be?
It really does not need to be. So
what was your thoughts?
I went in very ready to be a hater. Didn't hate it, surprisingly. But the drama, the It Ends With Us drama, has me in the chokehold because I am obsessed with it.
Yeah,
all
same.
The conspiracy theories behind the scenes.
Yeah, I thought I was captivated. I was on all the sides. I was like, oh, I'm on their side, I'm on this side. Oh yeah, this and that. Before, because I think a lot of people didn't know what the movie was about because obviously the way it's promoted, all stuff like that, you just don't know. And okay, first and foremost, again, this is not me being a hater. I truly just want to know, why we talked about this with Jenna Ortega, that movie about the teacher. It's why those films are made. Why is a film like this being made?
That's why I say Colleen Hoover is very, very, very controversial. You either love her or hate her. There is no in between. There's a 1-star review or a 5-star review on all her books.
Oh,
period.
interesting.
Thematically, they're all very similar to this. It's a woman going through trauma and a man who's just a menace. And all her books. It Ends With Us, surprisingly, maybe the most woke-ish, I guess, because it at least tackles the abuse theme a little bit better. And this one in particular, Colleen Hoover said is inspired by her mom, and it's like a love letter to her mom. So it's like a little bit of
Okay, like real life,
autobiographical.
okay.
Yeah. So at least this one, there's some like real life experience in the writing and stuff.
But romanticizes
Exactly,
the
that's
lead.
the big-
Yeah.
Again, this one out of all her books, I think tackles it the best because it at least has some like, resolution. Slight spoilers, by the way.
Okay.
Nothing crazy, but there is slight spoilers for the Colleen Hoover universe.
Okay.
Literature universe, whatever. But yeah, there's other books that really, really, really romanticize it like too much. This one, she at least like stands up for herself eventually. But
In the movie or book?
both. Yeah. So, but there's other ones. The only Colleen Hoover book I started to read was called November 9th. And in that one, that one is crazy. I don't think that one could ever be a movie because it's about a girl who is like scarred from, like she's a burn victim. So she is scarred. Spoilers for November 9th because this one is crazy.
Oh my gosh.
She is scarred, so like she's insecure and covers her scars, and then this man who is a menace and like really misogynistic is like, why is she so covered up? Like she needs to show her cleavage. Like I need to see more. She leaves everything to the imagination. She dresses like a nun, and turns out he is the one who burned her because he set her house on fire, and they
Did he
still
know
stayed
that?
together. Yeah, he knew the secret. He finally tells her at the end. Isn't that crazy?
Wait, so he knows. Why did he burn her house down?
Because his mom was dating her dad, and then the mom killed herself because something happened with the relationship or whatever. I forget what happened.
And then he falls in love with the girl that was the burn
Yes.
victim? Oh my God.
Yeah. So it's all
Oh my
like
God. And Colleen Hoover is a woman or a man?
Colleen Hoover's a woman
Okay.
from Texas.
Weird.
Yeah.
Like weird. Because you always say like, oh, this is the kind of man written by a woman. You know what I mean? Which is like means they're like they're so perfect they don't exist
No,
sort of
like,
thing.
Yeah. Hers
Why
are
does she
all
write
like
men like
menaces
this?
who are like romanticized, and like there's passages in the book that talk about like oh, I wanted to shove her into the concrete because I didn't want to see her go. It's like so aggressive and like why? And then there's also
so weird.
there was like a controversy like back in 2016. That's when I first found out about Colleen Hoover. It was like
I've
2016.
never heard of her.
She was like big in the booktube scene, and then she
Okay.
had a big resurgence with 2020 with book talk, like during lockdown, like everyone was reading her books. But there was one like scene in the book that she had to edit out in future reprints because it was like the main girl. There was like a scene where she didn't consent to like the sex, and then like the guy still did it with her, and then she was like romanticizing it. She had to like edit it out because it was so controversial.
Yikes.
So that's kind of the Colleen Hoover lore in a
Yeah.
nutshell. So
Wow.
all her stuff is like thematically about this.
Oh my God.
stuff.
Because you think she could turn it, right? Like it's a real life experience, right? And obviously like trauma, but it's like you think she could turn it into like a way that she would want it to end. You know what I mean? Like Quentin Tarantino did it with Sharon Tate. So like in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, he let Sharon Tate like live because basically like her sister was like involved with it. And it's like, oh, how would we want this to end? You know what I mean? So you think you could like do one where like, I don't know, it's very like Hostel 2 where they like chop off the pecker at the end, you know, like do something where it's like, oh, you redemption.
Yeah.
Maybe both that's a little violent, but you know.
Yeah. And it ends with us, I guess, like, she kind of gets that because she does end up leaving the guy. So,
But he's like, they're very calm. The scene I saw, by the way, TikTok just basically records
Post
the
the
whole
movie scenes,
Yeah, I see
yeah.
everything. I'm like, I know this movie now. I've seen all the clips. And is it the ending scene where they're in the hospital? Is that the end?
almost the end, yeah.
Yeah, it seems she's very calm, and he's very calm. He's like, you're right. And then, like, is that it? They just never see each other again? And she's like, would you, if a guy did this to your daughter? He's like, yeah, tell her to leave. And then, it's like, yeah.
Well, there is a sequel, so
It starts
maybe-
with us?
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, is he in it?
I don't know. I never read that one or like read anything about it.
Well, one thing for sure, Justin Baldoni won't be back in the
Yeah.
sequel.
because
He is over this movie, and they're over him. First of all, everyone unfollowing him gives such high school vibes because we talked about this, right? Like, I don't even unfollow people, you know what I mean? Unless you're like really, they did something so messed up. But it's like, I usually just mute people. It's like, why can't they just mute him?
Yeah,
They all had to unfollow him.
the fact that they have never done press together is crazy.
Crazy. Not
Because-
pictured together.
No, and like, because before going into it, I didn't read It Ends With Us, but they had the other guy who plays Atlas, who's like, you know, the love triangle. He's another part of
Yeah.
it. He was doing all the press. Like Ryan Reynolds interviewed him for that gag interview.
Yes, that's why I was like confused. I thought Justin was just the director because I saw him interviewing that guy. And he's like, "Oh, you play her love interest." So I was like,
Yes.
"Oh, what?"
So I thought going into it, it would be like he has a bigger arc, like he's in it more. He's barely in the movie. So why
So
but they were
weird.
like putting him and Blake together, him and Ryan Reynolds together, and Justin did
Yeah.
everything solo. It would, and then like contextually, it'd be like if Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson never did press together for Twilight.
Right.
Because they're like the two romantic leads.
For sure. No, it's so odd.
So weird.
I do think it is weird too, like on that note too, is like that interview was like so goofy, silly or whatever like that, and how Justin, everyone is saying, is like very serious in his interviews, like, you know, it's not about me, it's about the women, it's about domestic violence, like all stuff like that. And then meanwhile you have like Ryan Reynolds showing up with like Wolverine, and then also like interviewing the love interest and being his quirky, funny, like relatable self. And then Blake Lively texture spraying everyone's hair. It's just like very odd. It's very like a weird, because like everyone says online, including me, it's like it's very much like giving romantic comedy. I had no idea what it was about. You know, they're all like, oh, Lily Bloom, wear flowers, take all your friends to wear flowers. First of all, don't take all your girlfriends to see this because it's very like triggering. I told you this at Erewhon. I was like, this is something I definitely don't want to see, even though I don't really have like history with like domestic violence or anything like that, like done to me or anything like that. I just still feel like it's something that like maybe don't promote it as like, this is a girl's film.
Yeah.
Like, come wear flowers, have fun, bring your girlfriend. It's like maybe let people like know the context of it, which you're not getting from the press at all, from like Blake Lively. That one of like, it's like Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, and Hugh Jackman just like goofing around on the red carpet. I was like, this is such a weird vibe for this movie, especially because Justin Baldoni is also like the director, bought the rights, producer, and star. I was like, why would you not be with him? You know what I mean? Why is Ryan Reynolds and Wolverine there? You know what I mean? It's so odd, even though we love them now, but
yeah, and I get the crossover, whatever. It's like, you know, she promoted his movie, but also she brought like to the Deadpool premiere, she brought the people who play young Atlas and young Lily Bloom, like those two actors, she brought to the Deadpool and Wolverine premiere. So she was already like, it was already in the works of this like cross, but it makes no sense. It makes no sense.
Like, it's not a good crossover.
No.
It's not like Barbie and Oppenheimer, where it's like, oh, this is cute, or Wicked and Gladiator. Like, okay, cute, whatever, we're doing it
like
together.
Fictional. Oh, I guess Oppenheimer's real, but like it's.
But
like
nobody knows.
Yeah.
Do they? I don't know who Oppenheimer. Oh, is it? I don't know. I've never heard of Oppenheimer in U.S. history, ever. I've heard of McCarthy and Fellow Travelers. I've heard of like, you know, but I never heard of Oppenheimer.
I never heard about him until the movie, but I've heard of the bomb that he created, so.
I never heard of it. And also, why? Like, they're glorifying him? Like, thank you so much for creating this bomb?
I think that was, I don't know, because I've never seen it, but I think that was the core of the movie, was that, like, he didn't know that he was so ambitious and then created this bomb that would, like, you know, be terrible for the world.
And he's like, oh my God, what did I do?
I think that's the vibe, with Ask Josh Peck, I guess, if that was the...
Okay, because that would be a wild take.
Yeah.
Like, who was that person that didn't know what he was doing by creating an explosive? I had no idea. I didn't know I was going to blow up someone. Like, what? Okay, well, I don't like the press. I don't like what they're doing. I'm siding with Justin Baldoni. Maybe it's the internal... No, it wouldn't be internal misogyny, because you got two hot guys on Blake Lively's side, and you only got one hot guy on Justin Baldoni's side, so I'm still going to go with the one.
It's just so odd, because, like, also everything that Justin has done, like, there hasn't been any, like, glimpse of, like, a mask slipping or whatever. Like, he always just seems very professional about it. He's, like, buying the rights to it. He obviously believed in this story.
Yes.
And he wanted to be, like, very faithful to it, but also faithful to, like, women's stories, which I can, like, appreciate.
And all the extras, I saw two extras talking about it, how he was like actually so great. There was another woman who I think he based a different movie off of. Did he do something like MS or something, or another disease?
Yes, it was with Lily Reinhart. I think was in it. I think 6 Feet Apart or something like that.
Something where like there's some
they're
disease.
Sick and they have to stay. Yeah,
yes.
It's like a love story where they have to be like separated.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the woman, the wife of like who, like her husband was actually going through that, who had that sickness. She's like, Justin Baldoni would always come and like talk to us and like get it, you know, whatever, tell us about the shoot. And then an extra actually in This Is Us is called.
It Ends With Us.
It Ends With Us. Yeah. There's too many. The Last of Us. It Ends With Us. This Is Us is like too many. This Ends With Us. It Ends With Us.
Yes,
it ends with us. So there was an extra in there, and he was literally so nice. They said that he came and introduced himself to every single extra and said all this stuff. So it's like that. First of all, it never happens ever.
And like sent out an email about like the intensity of like the material.
Yes,
you know?
Gave trigger warnings, like all this stuff like that. So all we've seen has been like really great stuff. And obviously there was like, I guess they were both producers on it, but he said, I think it was E.T. that was like, so are you directing the next one?
Yes,
he's like,
I was gagged by that. Because also like the premiere was before any inkling of drama. So shout out Rachel Smith who did the interview, who was so, because everyone's like, oh, the reporter's so messy. And like the TikTok comments, she didn't even know she was. Like she thought she was just having a key. Like are you gonna direct the next one? He's like, I think Blake Lively's ready for it. She goes,
Yeah,
"Ooh," as
yeah.
if like, but she didn't even know there was tea there.
Then she tells Colleen
Yeah.
Hoover.
She's like, Justin said
"Oh."
he's not coming back. And Colleen Hoover was gagged, but poor Rachel Smith had no idea she was stirring the pot,
I
you
love
know, which I
it.
kind of live. Like, that's everything.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
me.
When you don't even know, you're just
Yeah.
like asking the questions. Yeah, he's always been very like respectful and nice
Uh-huh.
about it, which is crazy. Like, how do you dislike? Because you hear that sometimes, like that they hated each other, like co-stars. It's like, how do you do? Again, I haven't seen the movie. I assume there's like making out or love scenes in it. It's like, how do you do that with someone like you just despise?
I know, especially like this one. I mean, the whole core of the story is their
Like, in love.
Yeah, physical intimacy. You know.
Did you buy it? Were they good actors? Maybe that's the acting in it.
Yeah, I mean, I think especially Justin Baldoni, he was really good because I never saw him in Jane the Virgin, so I didn't know. He's like beautiful though. Like,
Is that what he's known for?
I think that's his biggest role. Like,
Really?
in front of the camera, like acting wise.
Who was in Jane the Virgin? Is that?
Gina Rodriguez.
Oh no, I never saw.
I
I mean,
never
I've heard
saw
of it,
either.
but
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think that's his biggest like on-screen
Oh.
role.
And he was good.
But he was really good in this. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like very convincing. At first, Blake Lively, I was like, she's kind of giving like Gossip Girl vibes. Like, I gotta go. Like,
Oh.
I love it. But you've never seen the meme?
I gotta go.
Because there's this montage of like her character just being like, and it's like 2 minutes long of her just saying, I gotta go. And then she like
okay.
storms off. Like, and there's like, in every episode, she always says that. It's like, where are you going? Like, I don't know.
She just gotta go.
She's just not like that great in a lot of other things.
Oh,
But
okay.
at first she was kind of corny, but she ended up turning it around towards the end. That was like,
good.
it was, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Justin Baldoni was really good in it. But I saw too, like someone posted like a behind the scenes, I guess like they were eating in a restaurant and they were filming outside of it. And then it was like Justin and Blake having like, not like you can tell they were disagreeing on something, but like it wasn't like a loud like argument, but they looked like annoyed with each other.
Was it part of the movie or just?
It's when they were filming, yeah.
Oh, maybe it was a scene in the movie.
No, but they weren't acting. Like I think it was a direction. Like I think the rumor is they disagreed on like the direction of the movie.
I see.
Yeah.
That would make sense too, because also like they said, I think Blake Lively said Ryan Reynolds like rewrote a scene, and it's like, why? Why is he doing that?
Yeah,
Like,
and
what?
also the woman who wrote the script did an interview with People, and she was talking about how like she wanted to be like super faithful to like the Colleen Hoover book or whatever, blah blah blah. And then People said she had no idea that Ryan Reynolds allegedly rewrote a scene. So it's like, why? Is it
Yeah, that's so. What he just like sent out scripts to everyone. He's like, here's your script for tomorrow. Like
so
weird.
weird.
Yeah, no, I hate all of that. Like, we always kind of said Ryan Reynolds we didn't get, kind of gave me a little ick for no reason. But then I got on it. I was like, okay, we love Deadpool. But then I'm kind of like, no, I don't know about this anymore. This is like sus. It's like, it's not your movie. And
I know. It feels very, very weird to me. And then also Blake Lively, the outfits in this movie, diabolical. Like, they make no sense. They're so, it's like not like the other girls' core. It's like everyone else is just like normal human beings. And here comes Blake Lively wearing like a humongous ass coat for no reason. Like
Very
there's
Carrie
one
Bradshaw.
scene where it's a fancy like dinner, birthday party for her best friend. Everyone else is dressed like very nice. And here comes diabolical Blake Lively wearing fishnets, sparkly thigh-high boots, like a cutout gown, but on top of it is a humongous camo jacket.
I love
that
it.
like
I like it.
it is, but everyone else is like cocktail attire. And then here comes Blake Lively in a gigantic camo jacket.
Do you know who it was? Who the dresser was? Was Lueve?
It was the stylist that did Gossip Girl, and that stylist ate. But Blake Lively customized Lily's looks.
Oh no!
With clothes from her wardrobe, her husband's wardrobe, and Gigi Hadid's wardrobe.
What? It's giving Northwest in The Lion King.
Yes!
Like everyone's a zebra, but you're gonna be like Yeezy, you know?
Everyone was like, when the paparazzi photos of like them filming, everyone was like, what is she wearing? Like that was the big thing they were clowning them on. Like, what are these outfits? And then Blake Lively on the Today Show is like, yeah, like I added pieces from my closet, my husband's closet, and my girlfriend Gigi's closet. I was like, because it didn't make sense.
Yeah.
It was so odd.
And I'm sure Justin Baldoni's like he probably tried to say something, but I guess the other conspiracy over here, conspiracist. The other theory is that they put most of the money into it, Ryan and Blake, so they had more like say
that
over
would make
it.
sense, yeah. Because the
And-
budget overall is small. The budget was $25 million,
And it made $50 million, so I guess all this worked if it was PR. Because some people are like, this is all for PR, but I guess it worked if that was the case.
I mean, I don't get why it would be for PR. Because like, Don't Worry, Darling flopped, and that had
It
like
was so
10
good.
times more like buzz around the
That's
drama,
true. Yeah.
And this, I feel like would hurt Blake. like she's not looking good, and I feel like she looks the worst out of this so far.
For sure, always the case because I'm like, ugh, knew I never liked her. You know, like whatever.
I did like her.
You did. Oh, so this is more sad for you.
Yeah, and then there was like an article saying that. Because obviously there's both sides. I feel like everything come out as like pro Justin, but then there was an article saying, well, Justin allegedly made Blake uncomfortable on the movie, but there was only one Page 6 article that said that, so there wasn't like a lot to substantiate that. And like you said, everything that from like the extras and everyone else like makes Justin Baldoni seem like really
amazing.
Great.
Yeah, like beyond like words.
So wouldn't we have heard something from someone?
Yeah,
of the
what he was doing wrong on set or whatever.
Because Jared Leto, like we always knew he was a menace. Like
for sure.
Anytime he was, I think when he did the Suicide Squad movie with Margot Robbie, he like sent Margot Robbie like a rat, and because he was like getting into the
character. No, that's too much. Yeah,
so he was terrorizing poor Margot Robbie in that, and Margot never said anything, but everyone else was saying it. You know what I mean? I feel like we would have heard that from everyone else.
When someone's difficult to work with, you always hear about it. So it's like, yeah, and I didn't even know who Justin Baldoni was before all this, and I was like, oh, okay, like damn, he seems like he's just chilling. Damn, that's sad, and it's sad too when you're like the director and this is your movie, and also like you said, going against or being outcasted by Blake Lively, Ryan Reynolds is like, does that mean all of Hollywood is like,
because they are really powerful?
Yeah,
so I mean,
I guess
number 1 and 2 movie in the country right now.
I mean, it's great. It's making that much money. I would like to say that my book should be thrown in there too.
Okay, literally, your poetry book is like better than Colleen Hoover. Can I wait? I literally saved this thread of like Colleen Hoover quotes from her books to prove to you that like you could be the next Colleen Hoover because
really?
you're I feel like Colleen Hoover is a little bit Trisha inspired personally.
Oh, for sure. She definitely
like the 2019 like little messy like gritty Trisha.
She's watching my videos and she's like, I'm gonna quote
channeling this.
You were quoting my poetry and I was like, wow, that was pretty good. That was something about spaghetti sticking to a wall. I was like, I said that, period.
Because I didn't even know about your poetry book. Really? I feel like you didn't market it well enough. Because how did I not know about it?
I definitely never marketed it at all. It's still available on Amazon, which is surprising. I probably should take it down.
No, because now I want it. Like I need a signed copy. Because shout out like
yes, absolutely.
Because after we talked about Nicole Raffi, who does like the Chronically Online videos. I like went to look at her non-Chronically Online Girl Explains lore videos, and she did one where she just like read your poetry, and she was so moved by it.
I love it. I love inspiring people. I would love if they turned that into a movie.
Honestly,
that'd be so cool.
There's that one line that is like, I throw men at the wall like spaghetti and see what sticks, and that was a bar. That was a bar. Like that is something that like Colleen Hoover could never write in her wildest dreams.
Okay, I love it. I'm ready. Please turn that into a movie.
I need to pull up the thread of her Colleen Hoover quotes because you were gonna be so gagged. Did Moses go to get our special guest? I'm scared.
I feel like would he tell me? He would tell me, right?
Right? He would have to say, yeah.
I wish. Gosh, I don't think it's gonna happen, huh? Are we not gonna get our special guest today? Damn. I was all dressed. I got the nice wig on. I got my dress. I don't have a second option if they come another day. I like.
This is it. This is the big one.
I know. Damn.
So there's so many awkward, like cringy quotes from her books. And this is nothing if you like the books, by the way. Like, I get why people like the books, but there's some quotes in there that is like, this kind of takes you out of it. There's this one quote that says, "Thank you for this baby," she says from the back seat. "He's beautiful." I laugh. "You're responsible for the beautiful part, Rachel. The only thing he got from me was his balls." Oh. She laughs. She laughs hard. "Oh my God, I know. They're so big. We both laugh at our son's big balls." What? What? Isn't that a crazy quote?
What? Why? Why are they describing that?
I don't know.
Oh my God, that's like so uncomfy, actually. Yikes. What is that from? Oh my God.
That one is from Ugly Love.
Oh my God.
This one, "I know I'm pathetic, but if we're just going to sit here and stare at each other, it'd be nice if she were showing a little cleavage instead of wearing this long sleeve shirt that leaves everything to the imagination. It's pushing 80 degrees outside. She should be in something a lot less convent inspired because boobs are only made for men to look at."
Wait, is that the quote or you put that?
No, that's my analysis of it.
That's the one with the burn, Victor.
Yes.
Oh my God.
This one is from It Ends With Us. "What's your favorite food?" "Pad Thai," he says. "Yours?" "Sushi." "They're almost the same thing." "Not even close," he says. "Well, they're both Asian food." "What's your favorite movie?" What?
Maybe she was like a little chaotic when she was writing this.
That's why it's literally giving like you writing your poetry book.
If Colleen Hoover's movie book can get made, so can mine.
Tomorrow, let's see. Maybe he'll remember all the good times, all the blowjobs, all the swallowing, and he'll realize how much more time we'll have to do those things now that we have only one child.
What's that about? Why, did they lose a child or something?
There's this book, Verity, where this one is crazy. The main character goes to ghostwrite an author's book because this author got into a coma.
Oh my God.
And can't finish her book.
Oh my gosh.
So
there's
this
a
girl
ghostwriter?
goes to ghostwrite it, and then she has a love affair with the husband whose wife is in the coma, and the whole book is about like her giving him blowjobs.
In a coma.
And while
The wife's in the coma.
While the wife's in the coma, yeah.
Okay. Well.
It is crazy.
That's
I don't know.
crazy.
I think that you are a better author.
I'm
than
ready.
Colleen
Yeah,
Hoover.
that's a bold statement, but I'll agree with it. I don't know if that's true. All the Colleen Hoover fans out there.
I don't know. We have to compare your like poetry book to it because you really did have some.
Well, do you want to try?
I think if you learned like punctuation when you were writing, you'd be unstoppable. Because the only thing Colleen Hoover has on you is punctuation.
Well, she probably had an editor. I
True.
didn't.
Yeah,
It wasn't in the
editing,
budget.
yeah.
I
Me
told
copy
Oscar
editing.
I would send the manuscript like just unedited. No one ever looked at it. I was like, this is good. I don't know.
I'm obsessed with your like author era. I can't believe I missed out on the Trish author era. Like I need it back so bad. And you said that you got a quill to channel Bridgerton, and I need you like your next book handwritten with the quill.
And I got a fancy book too. I got one of those old time like things. Check out my ASMR channel. I got the quill. I got the paper. Yeah, I didn't know if I was gonna like write love letters or if I'm just gonna manifest with it. I don't know what I'm gonna do, or if I'm doing like a little whistle down where I'm just doing gossip. I do all my notes with a quill. It's like, hello, today's topics. Where did you go? Was our guest here?
No. We should do a journal. Yeah.
A little journal
like that.
for Just Trish. What happened? Nothing's happening over there on the phone.
Nothing.
I think it's
and
like-
we reached our
Oh no.
2.5 hour mark.
Do you think it's not happening? We have an hour in the extended.
There's still a little hope.
Oh.
Maybe they're stuck in traffic. So
God, no reply either.
no.
Wow, we got ghosted.
Well, it's over.
Ghosted.
Well, it's over.
We got ghosted by a ghost.
Oh,
An
man.
unknown ghost.
Our chair just. The setup was there. Well, we do have a guest
Suitcase.
coming this week, so I guess that wasn't for nothing.
Oh yeah. Also, the best that reminded me the journal thing. The best part about It Ends With Us is the literary device is like instead of flashbacks, Lily Blossom Bloom, who runs a flower shop.
Not
by
a
the
real
way,
name.
she. The like inner monologue is she writes letters, like her journal entry. She writes letters to Ellen DeGeneres because that's like the whole
Like quirky.
She just loves Ellen DeGeneres and like was inspired by Finding Nemo. The character.
The character, which is probably okay. Why is Colleen Hoover writing about that? She like she wanted Ellen. Is there a cameo by Ellen?
No,
Spoiler
no Ellen
alert.
cameos.
No,
No.
Why is she writing to Ellen like to the show, or just like she's never sending these letters to her?
Instead of like journaling, she's writing fan mail to Ellen, talking about like all the crazy things from her life.
Like the abuse.
And like falling in love with an unhoused 18-year-old who he was 18, she was 15.
Wait, what? In the movie?
Yeah, in the book. And then he asks her like, oh, like when do you turn 16? Because in the state it's 16. And then they end up having intercourse like months later. But like
In the movie they do that or no?
they don't say the age, but he looks older in the.
Who's the young Justin Baldoni in the movie? Do
There's
you know?
there's no young Raoul Kincaid. There's only a young Atlas because she
Oh.
didn't. She only knew Atlas as a teenager, not Ryle. Blake Lively meets Ryle as an adult.
Oh wait, but who's asking about the age? Who's asking when he's 16?
Atlas.
Oh, so he's ick too, then.
Yeah.
Ew. Okay, all of that. Ew.
So yeah, she's no lose.
Love the name Atlas though. I think that's
Love
good.
the name.
Yeah.
I think it's Atlas Kerrigan is his name.
Yeah, that sounds cool. I would name a baby that for
I know,
sure.
people clown on the names. Lily Blossom Bloom is a
Awful.
crazy name. Who runs a flower shop
Yeah,
is
no,
crazy.
that's too much. That's literally like, it sounds like it's written by a man. That's why I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, right?
Is Colleen a real person? Because I know she was at the premiere, but maybe she just is like, going in place of a guy that wrote the book or something like that. Because
everything looks to be that is her. There's never been any conspiracy theories otherwise. But
well, I'm
maybe
starting
we'll
one
find
right
out.
now because there's no way this was written by a woman. Like, what? Who wants to be Lily Bloom that owns a flower shop? Like,
So on the
I
nose.
guess cute.
That's why like the lack of subtlety, kind of like a Trish like Fish running a tavern. You know what I mean?
That's
It's very that.
Me and Colleen Hoover collab.
Yes. could see it. I really could see it.
Okay, yeah, you know what? I appreciate anyone that gets their book made into a movie. That's pretty cool. I would love it. Like, I would love if someone was like, I want to buy the rights to, you know, what are my books? I don't even know what any of my books are called.
Stripper Diaries.
Stripper Diaries. That was always my goal. That's why I wrote it kind of like, well, it's a lot of fiction because a lot of it's like it's a lot of lies, but there's some based in truth too. I think I promoted it as truth, but there's a lot of lies in there. But I wanted it to be like made into like a movie or something, even though it's only like a 90-page book, but you know, we could do a little mini series.
Well, now's your time. I think they're going to want to start greenlighting more of these romantic dramas. So I think they're going to be shopping around.
Okay, I'm ready.
So now's the time for you to strike. Yeah, that's why we really got to blow up the poetry books, Stripper Diaries.
Well, poetry book seems to have a good, what do you call it? Reception. Like people seem to like that
I've
one.
only seen Nicole Rafferty's video about it, but she loved it. She like literally, she said she had to take a nap after because it was so emotional.
Wow.
Yeah, she was trying to process it.
I'm excited. I think it's going to be really cringe because that one's also lies. I think I promoted that as like, I wrote these poems about this guy every single day, but literally I wrote it in like 2 days because I was just like, well.
I think you marketed it. They said on the back, it said like the span of like all your relationships.
Definitely not. Definitely never wrote poetry about that person ever. I definitely was like, let me just be manic and write this and maybe it'll get attention and I don't know, become a New York Times. I don't know, something crazy, but it definitely was written in 2 days. As most of my books were. I think the longest might have been a week I spent on a book, but
I mean, kudos to you though, because it looked like a real book. Like it was pretty thick. I mean, not huge, but it was
maybe like 100 pages.
It was
yeah,
pretty good.
I think all mine were under 100 pages. But
that's pretty solid.
But the book I have written now, and I started writing it when Malibu was born. I think it has it's more by word count, and I think it has like 55,000 words already. So we're getting halfway there. I know now it's supposed to be by words. And I don't know how many words we need, but I'm gonna finish it. It's gonna get there. I just haven't worked on it in a while. I go through spurts of motivation, but I don't know. Maybe I don't know who would be in it. Maybe Joaquin Phoenix. He'd be a good one. He dropped out of one gay movie and come in another gay movie.
I was like, I think he's canceled. But
wait, he's canceled?
Everyone's mad at him because he like pitched this big gay love story movie.
Right. And now he's like, no.
It got picked up. Todd Haynes, who directs The Joker, I'm pretty sure, was going to direct this one. Like all these people were hired to work on it, and then he canceled like a couple of days before they were going to shoot it. So,
a couple days before?
Yes, that's why like all these people that like spent like all the investors paid for it. Like everything was done for this movie to like shoot.
What?
Yes.
How did he do that? Why did he do that?
He got cold feet was what they're saying.
Joaquin Phoenix, I feel like he's done the weirdest camera.
I know.
Like, what?
People are saying maybe all of a sudden you don't want to play gay, but you'll play any other crazy
I hate
role.
it. Cancel him.
But
seriously, like, why? Who drops out like 2 days before a movie?
Yeah, because it's like all these people who are like first investors spent millions of dollars on it. They're never gonna get that money back. These people got hired to work on it, so they all like center their lives around working on this movie that never happens.
Weird.
So it costs like people jobs and money and.
Does he have to do anything? Does he have to pay people back or anything?
I don't know. I think he's gonna probably have to. I would think because it's such a big story now. Because it's like, how do you? And like no one else can play because he's the one that pitched it to the studio. Like he made everything happen. He's like, I'm gonna star in it.
So
we're gonna make this story happen.
Is it based on a real story?
I don't know.
Fictional. Oh my god, it's so weird.
Yeah, but he made everything happen. So he's the crux of everything happening. They can't just like cast Jonathan Bailey in it. You know, like he's the one that he would do it. And he would slay. Yeah.
He would slay. That's crazy. That's really sad. All right. Well, he can come be in my movie. Maybe not. He drops out of it 2 days before. Actually,
it would be like kind of on
maybe
brand.
it was Joaquin Phoenix that was supposed to come today and didn't show up. Oh, man. I'm so sad. You guys, well, we try to keep it as lighthearted as possible, you know. And we're here for a silly, goofy time because when you think about it, life is short, right?
Facts, mama.
Facts. Life is short. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Our mystery guest isn't here. It's actually even more sad when there is a chair.
Or he's been there. Or maybe he's been there the whole time, but we didn't want to show him.
And the microphone Muzz had all planned out. He was going to unplug his microphone, stick it in there, just so everything was like ready to go.
That's so fierce.
I know.
Well, you never know.
Yeah, we have another hour, so.
Yeah, anything can happen.
Anything can happen, but not for you guys. It's over today. But our Patreons, go to patreon.com/Just Trish. We're going to do our extended podcast there, and we have just so much more to talk about. What is a Patreon hot topic we could tease them with?
Hassan was... there was a cancellation attempt for Hassan, which I thought was interesting, but it's kind of like...
Okay.
It's a little controversial, so I'm like, we'll save it for the Patreon.
Is it? I don't even know what you're talking about. My controversial one will be Rob Schneider sent his daughter to fat camp.
I saw that too. Yeah, what the hell?
Yeah, we'll talk about it there. Patreon.com/JustTrish, you guys. We love you, and we'll see you there. Bye.